I can still feel them. And there's nothing I can do. Nah, I'm just screwing with you. A long time ago on a planet called Radical Earth, when humans and everything were new, there was this super cool dude who was like, hey, it's kind of messed up that the creator of the universe gets to, like, control everything, man. So the dude trained his whole life, and he climbed to the highest peak of the tallest mountain in order to challenge the creator. It didn't go very well, but he totally almost had him. But as punishment for the arrogance of man, the creator cursed the dude to reincarnate upon death across all of time. Through this torture, the dude's mind would fill with the information of 1,000 lifetimes and degrade. But he was all like, won't work on me, dork. So he went back like 5 more times. I totally lost count. He got dumpstered every time. The dude eventually realized he'd have to use his infinite time to his advantage. So he trained, taught, and traveled across many lifetimes, dimensions, and eras, taking many names and following whatever dumb leads he could find. Yeah, even that one. The dude was quickly running out of leads, but then, bam! Modern day, video games, anime, and half of them are stories about how to beat gods. Shit, perfect. So our brave protagonist, Alpin Albench determined that in order to learn their ways, he would have to become one. Become anime. With Japanese entertainment by his side, will Alpin find a way to help humanity rise up and take control of their own destinies, and serve the creator the hardest, most muscular pose of all time? And that's totally how it all happened. My mom tells me not to tell anyone that, though. She says something about Chunibyo. I don't really get it. Anyway, let's rock it. That's not supposed to be there yet. Yeah! Totally scuffed debut. Totally not scuffed. Everything worked exactly as intended. Ha ha ha. Of course I know about Chunibyo. I am one. How's it going, everyone? Welcome. Ore wa Alpin da. This is what living's about. These are the moments that you live for. Hi, everybody. How you all doing? It's nice to finally meet you. I know I've been in a lot of your streams, been networking a little bit, but I'm excited to finally be here and finally say hi to everybody. How are you doing? Bito, Lucido, Luna, Keitaro, Patchy, Patari. Yeah, I've been in your streams a couple times, that's for sure. Kopa, how you doing? Ubume, how you doing? You're gonna make it. Thank you. Welcome to the first Alpin Albench stream. I might cough a few times, actually. I tried to run it back with the sun a little bit, but the sun had hands. I wouldn't recommend it. I think I need a few more lifetimes before I hit that one. But welcome to the debut of your Kirameki idol of fitness, Alpin Albench. So I'm actually going to get right into it here. You can see all this fancy stuff I have here. I have the little social links up above. I have my little chat log, my nutrition log, I should say. And all you soldiers here as well. The first of many streams, true that. So what we're going to do today, it's probably not going to be a full stream time because usually I'm actually going to be starting about 2 hours before. So that's 12 p.m. EST for me. I think excuse me, like I said, the sun has hands. 4 p.m. GMT? Something like that. But let's go through the profile first, and then we're going to get right into the game, which is going to be a major project, a year-long project I have working on here. So let's check it out. We're going to learn a little bit about Mr. Alpin Albench, me, myself, and I. Here we go. Hooah! Yeah, I do have to move me, though. Hold on. I'm going to block you guys for just a moment. Sorry, chat here. Let me just come over here. Sorry about that, chat, but I need to be over here so I can do this. All right, let's talk about me, Alpin Albench. I am 29 years old in this lifetime. So as you know, I've been through quite a few. I got to run it back with that creator, but in this one, I'm 29. So I've been here for quite a while. I am 0.84 Olympic barbells tall, standard unit of measurement on Radical Earth, very important. I am a human. I am from Radical Earth. My teeth, they just do that. That's not, I am a human. My teeth just do that. My mom always said I should file them down. I don't really know what's going on there, but yeah. I don't know, teeth. Yeah, maybe just a little bit, but I like it. I think it's a nice show of my character, right? My birthday is on October 5th, and I speak 2 languages, the first being English, and the second being Neanderhongo. So you guys might know about Nihongo, it's Japanese, right? I speak Neanderhongo, which means it's Japanese, but without all of the grammar. So I just string a bunch of words together and point at things, but it actually serves me pretty well. I didn't have any problems when I used to live in Japan getting by with it. So hey, Neanderhongo speaker, but I am endeavoring to get a lot better at that. Moving on here, let me do this. That's not what I want. There we go. Just gotta wait for my keyboard to wake back up. Hello. One moment. Hey, there we go. Okay. Do I know kanji? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Kanji ga heta desu. Muzukashii desu. I avoided kanji entirely, so I'm functionally illiterate, but I can read katakana and hiragana, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, functionally illiterate, which is very, very fun. In terms of hobbies and things I like that aren't games or anime, because obviously, what are we doing? We all like games and anime. Two-plate, more than two-plate. Much more than two-plate. Two-plate, we got more than that. I'm called Albench for a reason. Hobbies, nature, but I like being solo in nature. That's one big thing. So I love being outside. I go outside in the woods like every day. I stalk around a little bit, sometimes at night. It's pretty cool. But I don't like doing it with people. I don't know. I just think like nature needs to be experienced alone, in my opinion. I have to kind of get myself in the vibe, you know, smell the flowers, hear the birds, all that sort of stuff. Hey, Rice, how you doing? Nature maxed, absolutely. How you doing, Rice? Thanks for coming by. And thanks everyone else. This is really making it a really good time. Obviously, I like fitness, nutrition, and weightlifting. That's a big duh. But I appreciate all forms of fitness, whether it be sports, whether it be body weight fitness, all that stuff, basically. So any sort of fitness, even CrossFit. CrossFit's allowed too. I respect CrossFit. I don't practice it myself, but I respect it. Anything that gets people moving and gets people exercising, I am all about. In terms of other things I like, shitty Photoshop edits. I will die, as you see in that image there, if I don't make at least a few per day. And I've been making a few for other people in chat and stuff like that. Oh, hey, J-Ray, how you doing, buddy? Fitness stream, the favorite debuts of all time. Yeah, so we will be doing fitness content, absolutely. I'm not just a fitness VTuber for show. I am actually a qualified professional, so obviously you should always do your own research, and I have plenty of resources actually linked on Twitch below for that, but you can generally trust me. But you should do your own research. But I'm not crazy. That's the important part. In terms of other stuff I like, I love tokusatsu. So for those who don't know what that is, that's Japanese special effects shows. So things like, you know, Godzilla, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, Garo. I've been watching Garo, He Who Shines in the Darkness recently. That's also a pretty cool alternate nickname. I might take that. Alpin, the one who shines in the darkness. I appreciate that. Ring Fit stream. I need the equipment for that. But yeah, that'd be pretty right up my alley, I imagine. I will absolutely be people's coach. We're going to figure that out later. You know, I definitely want to get my feet warm here, but I've coached many, many people over the years. So Toku Chad, absolutely. Listen, Toku, we're getting into it now, but I love hammy things and chuny things and eccentric things. Throne, link us up. I don't have a throne yet, but maybe in the future. Other stuff I like, I really like adventure travel. So, and maps, but I'm actually really not geographically inclined. In one of my past lives, I actually did work as a geographer, but hilariously enough, I can't navigate at all. So I just like maps. I think they're cool. And I like the type of travel where you like backpack around and stuff like that. So I actually did a really big trip recently in Radical Japan where I went to every prefecture. So I traveled across all 47, I think it was, 47 prefectures of Radical Japan. So, oh yeah, that's right. I was Bito's coach before the incident. Let us spot your growth. Ubume, absolutely. But I'll work on that later. First, I need to establish myself. I need to build trust. I need to show everyone that I'm a good boy. That's important first. But yeah, I love adventure travel. So not the normal stuff, just going for a long period of time and really going weird places, middle of nowhere villages and stuff like that. And I also, almost more fun than that, is planning the trips on maps, weirdly enough. So I really, really like coming back to like the hotel or the Airbnb or the capsule back in the day and just looking at and being like, oh, where am I going to go tomorrow, and planning it out on the map and stuff like that. In terms of other stuff, I love everything eccentric and everything shunibyo. So this is not a joke. If anything's like edgy or anything's just like weird out of normalcy, I guess I would say, I adore it. So like any stupid Sonic OCs, that's right up my alley. I think they're hilarious. I think they're amazing. Shadow is really cool, obviously, and Dante and all that stuff too. But just like anytime I see something like that, I just get excited. I'm like, yeah, get it, kind of stuff. Kingdom Hearts, yeah, I'd mess with that. I mess with that, absolutely. I'm not like, I've played 1 and 2 and that's it. But I've heard, I have a lot of friends who play a lot of Kingdom Hearts. And so I know everything about Kingdom Hearts because I've sat through the lore dumps, basically. The ultimate life form. Yeah. Figurines and geocaches. I used to geocache. Yeah, that was a long time ago, though. I think it was on this Earth 2000, like 2001. I used to do it way back then. Oh, and I also kind of like minimalism. This one's not so much important, but it's something I like do in my life where I just don't like owning a lot of stuff. I like to be able to get up and go if I want to, which is why if you look down at my spec page, I'm actually on a gaming laptop, a really cool gaming laptop. I know a lot about PCs. I can build them. I know the general power of all the parts, and I still decide to go with the gaming laptop. But there's a reason. If I want to get hyper specific, just to show off a little, right? You gotta show your skills a little bit. Really cool fact, but the 40 series GPUs in laptops and desktops, the 4060 actually uses the same die, so the performance differential between desktop and laptop is only like 5%. So if you can get the laptop for a good deal, it ends up not mattering that much, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it's portable. I like small tech. That's another thing. I really like small technology, like small phones. But everyone's phones are too big now. Mine's too. They don't make like small phones anymore. I like the Droid Aris. That was a really nice one. In terms of stuff I don't like, these are the dislikes. Okay. I don't like vegetables. Now listen, this is one of those situations where you should please do big raid. Oh my God, Grace with 36. Oh my God, thank you, Grace. Hey everybody. I think did that just destroy my VTube studio? I'll come back. Hold on one sec. There I am. The stream was so intense it almost completely wrecked me. What's up, Raiders? Coming from Grace. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Grace. How you doing? I was just in your stream earlier today. The eccentric. Control the eccentric. Big stretch. Exactly, A-Pop. You know what it's all about. We got some Renaissance periodization fans in here. Absolutely. No, that's okay, Grace. I appreciate it greatly. But anyway, like I was saying, listen, guys. Listen. You should do as I say for this, not as I do. I really don't like vegetables. Everyone should eat their vegetables. They're obviously important sources of micronutrients and fiber in many cases. I supplement fiber because I hate them. I can't stand them. Any vegetable, I try to incorporate it into my diets, and I just can't stand them. I do what I can. Veggie hate. Yes, Trails Cold Steel. We're getting to that. No, I'm not at all about to shill the carnivore diet. Absolutely not. I am a science-based nutritionist, so I only follow meta-analyses and nutrition studies, which I actually have information for down below. I always tell people, you can listen to me. I am a licensed professional, but you should do your own research. There's a lot of nice meta-analysis for nutrition and fitness. You can look up on PubMed, which is actually mentioned down below in my About page. So. No liver king, no steroid king here. I'm a natty. I considered it though. I figured steroids might be a way to help me beat the creator I mentioned in my lore video, but the downsides just aren't worth it. So I'm a natty king. In terms of other things I don't like, puzzles. My IQ, spatially, I can't speak any German. No. I think ethnically I am radical German on Radical Earth. But I'm an American, for Radical America, that is, on Radical Earth. So I'm just streaming during the EU time slot because it works really well for me. The nice thing about my job, being a fitness professional, is you're not really doing anything the middle of the day because all the clients are early in the morning or late at night. So middle of the day is perfect for me, time slot wise. Plus, it means I'm usually available to collab later in the evening too, which we're getting to. You put all your stats into strength. I did. I was a power lifter for a while, but these days I'm working more on bodybuilding. So I try and get, try to pronounce. Okay. Eichhorn-10. No, don't do that. It's definitely Eich, right? Eichhorn-Chen? Eichhorn-Chen? Yeah, that's going to be abysmal. My Japanese pronunciation's better, I promise. I'm glad I can provide the entertainment. Casting fist. Yeah, but okay. Anyway, back to it. Puzzles. Yeah, puzzle hard. I just spatially, I can rotate the cow in my mind. I can do that. I can rotate the apple. But if you spin me around with a blindfold, I'll get lost immediately. If you put me one street over from where I'm supposed to be, I'll get lost immediately. I'm just not great with any sort of stuff like that. So you provide me a 3D puzzle in a game, and I'll kind of just sit there. It'd be really bad. So, kakui. Hi, Rice Geek. So, hey, what's up? Hey, Sue. How you doing, buddy? I'm so glad you're here. All right, next slide. Let me do this. I have to wake up my keyboard again, I think. Here we go. Okay, next up. Hooah! All right, getting into likes and loves and all that stuff. Anime, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. That is Power Gap before anything else. That's my religion, basically. I think it's what's really going to help me beat the creator in the end. I just need to focus on that. So there's a power gap between that and absolutely anything else I've ever seen. But I've seen quite a bit of anime. I've seen about 200 series. I love anime, and I've watched a lot of seasonals between like 2012 and last year, I would say, and then a bunch of other stuff too. But big shonen head, obviously. But I like all genres. So I've seen like Toradora. I've seen a lot of slice of life as well. So really, I just like the medium. Just like anime in general, I really get around with that. Games-wise, Pokemon. This is going to be some bread and butter content for me. Actually, the Monday streams, like today usually, is going to be Pokemon focused. I have this big year-long project that I want to work on that I've wanted to do for like 9 years. So we're absolutely going to be doing that. You like anime? Name every anime. Aim for the top. Yeah, so I am an addicted Pokemon enjoyer. I actually used to collect the card game. I've seen every episode of the anime, and I still watch it. And I've played every single side game, basically, even some really, really dumb ones. And I used to own multiple copies of every game. So I do Nuzlocke. I've been doing Nuzlocke basically since Nuzlocking was invented. So we're definitely going to be doing a lot of that. Favorite gen? I would say Gen 2. I started with Gen 1, though. I did start with Gen 1 when I was really young. Red and Blue were my first games of anything ever, I think. So... Oh my god, so many people here, guys. Thank you for coming so much. This makes me so happy. I was so excited to get started. You don't understand, I've been like chomping the bit for the last 2 months here while I waited for stuff to come in. So I am like, whoo, let's go. I am pro Gen 5. I think every gen of Pokemon has its ups. I really do, and I think Gen 5 is underappreciated. Yeah, Frost. I'm familiar with Frost from one of my past lives, and Frost and I go way back with Gen 5. You're all right. Thank you for coming so much. Shouldn't have phrased it like that. Well, you know what it is? So starter, yeah, Totodile, absolutely. But you know what it is? I look at my top Pokemon, right? And the 10 of them, I think top 10 end up being from Gen 2. So I'm like, well, I guess that's the answer then. But Gen 5 is really nice. Many past lives ago. True. So yeah, anime, blah, 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 power gap. Pokemon, like I said, very, very into Pokemon. That's going to be bread and butter. I love the Trails series. Trails of Cold Steel, Trails in the Sky, Trails from Zero, all of that stuff. Super excited for the, I don't even remember what Trails into Reverie I played, obviously, but Trails into Daybreak or something. They named it like the opposite of what you'd expect from the Japanese title, if I remember correctly. So I took like a year off to play like every single one, but I love those games so much. And if I can just take a moment to show them, for those who don't know, what I love about them, one is I adore ensemble casts. So really big casts that interconnect, generational things. It's why I like shows like One Piece and Naruto a lot too. But One Piece is a lot more recent. Hey, what's up, Shiba Shillet? Yeah, they went from Kuro no Kiseki to, I think, Trails into Daybreak or something like that. Yeah, Trails to Daybreak, featuring Dante from Devil May Cry. But here's the thing about it, right? I love the Trails series because it has maybe the deepest lore of any games, right? It's a singular story told across, 15 games now, and each one is a 60-hour JRPG. So it's all one connected story. All the characters, have stories you can follow throughout all the years. Opportunity. That's my favorite part, is like, there's no visceral joy of I'll be, watching the game. 5 different groups of villains standing on hillsides like, I guess it's time then. Like, that just sends me great. And they all have like super chuny names. They introduce each other. The Severing Chains, the Master. It's like, yeah, that's the stuff I love. I love Persona 4 in particular. I've played most of the Personas because Persona 4 kind of got me back into games in a point where so for me, that was kind of a comeback to, whoa, games can be this too. Because I was playing just mostly Pokemon. So it was a real step up from that, for sure. I love Escape from Tarkov. I'm not good at Escape from Tarkov, but I have played 1,000 hours of Escape from Tarkov. But that's just because I really like loot. So I'm very weak to number go up. Anytime I can loot something or the number of something increases, I like it. That's it. My brain doesn't work any more complicated than that. So if the number goes up, I like it. I just spend all my time in Tarkov looting, basically, and then I run away from most fights. But I'm not terrible. I'm like mid, I guess. Low mid. We'll say low mid. You can expect me to like maybe go 50% of wins, maybe 50% of firefights. I don't know. Not that great of it. But one important thing is I do have experience in all genres of games. So in a past life, I know, I've been through many past lives before, like I mentioned. I've been through a lot to try and fight the creator, as I mentioned in the lore video. But in a past life, I actually worked in the game industry. And let's just say that my work involved many different genres of games. Many different genres. So I've pretty much played most things. I don't want to say like most games, but I've experience with every genre. I've familiarity with a lot of the companies, the consoles, and played a lot of series and stuff like that. So I can kind of hold my own anywhere, which is a nice thing. But as a result, I'm not particularly skilled in any particular thing. So you throw me in any multiplayer game, I'll be okay, but I won't be amazing. I'm not somebody who can like jump into Overwatch or Valorant or something like that and just start clicking heads. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, no puzzle though. No puzzle, please. People used to force me to play puzzle games. It was not great. In terms of movies and shows, I kind of just switched over to anime and Japanese entertainment entirely after a while. But I do like really dumb stuff. So like Zoolander, Austin Powers, Revenge of the Sith, Stargate, like really cheesy, hammy stuff. I'm very easy to entertain. Incredibly easy to entertain. I am dumb. So it's, the bar is low. We call it Taco Bell shows, Taco Bell gaming. It's food. It's not good food, but it's food. That sort of stuff. So, I'm kind of a coward. Okay, fight out. See, you get it. Zoolander is a masterpiece. I'm not gonna be bashful. Zoolander's a masterpiece. I love it. Every time I see the video of the like stare off and stuff and the one look and blue steel, I want to do that. I want to do that big time. Yeah, so I've played Catherine before. I actually beat Catherine with a friend, I believe. So I'm okay with Catherine, but he did a lot of the puzzles. Catherine was fine, though. Like, I can get by in some puzzles, but yeah, I really like the hamminess of Zoolander. I just like how stupid it is. That's the thing. And so Revenge of the Sith there, too. Like, I love over-the-top, dramatic, hammy things. So Revenge of the Sith, even though, like, objectively speaking, I'm not rating objectively here in terms of Star Wars movies. I'm just like, yeah, I really vibe with that. I think I've seen Revenge of the Sith more than any other movie I've ever seen, so... But yeah, horror-wise, I am a big coward. I will play them, but I will scream. Actually, back when PT came out, if anyone remembers that, back in like 2016, 2015? I forget how long ago it was. Maybe it was way before that, too. Early PS4. I was so scared of PT, I had to go hide in the bathroom. I like threw my controller down, gave it to my friend, and be like, no, shut it off. I'm not doing this. Famously, I've uninstalled Dead Space after 30 minutes. I got in the... I think it was an elevator, and then something scary happened, and I was like, nope, and uninstalled. PT's 10 years old. Yep, that sounds about right. Objective Star Wars movies tier list when I can't do objective. I'm way too biased. Well, if a horror stream has to happen, I get it. Listen, VTubing has a lot of horror streams. It'll happen. It'll be funny. I understand. Play Signalis. Though, speaking of playing things, I see everybody playing, I'm going to tangent here really quick. I see everyone playing Balatro, and I've been in like 12 streams where people are playing Balatro. I have no idea how Balatro works, and I think it's a little dangerous because it seems to be like the streamer game right now. But I look at it, and I just see numbers going up, and that excites me, and I'm almost like, is this dangerous for me to know? Is this dangerous information? No, I don't know Mahjong. Everyone's told me that Mahjong is detrimental to the human spirit, and I don't like that. I like things that are positive to the human spirit, but everyone's been telling me it's detrimental, so maybe I'll have to figure out myself. But I do have a really stupid idea related to Mahjong, but I'm going to save that because it's a secret, and it depends on a few things. But I have a really dumb idea, for sure. Balatro. Absolutely a curse. Favorite protein / brand? I actually don't. I get all my protein from natural sources like food. I wouldn't say natural entirely. That's a bad way to explain it. I just don't use protein powder really. When I have, I've really liked Ghost Protein, but I just get my protein through eating an enormous amount of chicken every day. This is actually going to be later in the facts, but I've had over a pound of chicken for the last 15 years every single day. That's real. There's no joke there. I just eat chicken forever. It's very simple. You've seen people get combos so insane it goes into the exponent. What? Exponent mode calculators? Numbers, I like that. No, I eat eggs too. I really like eggs. I just do a lot of chicken. Oh, hey, it's actually on this slide. I forgot about that. Music. For me, music is all about the vibes. So I don't really care about lyrics for a lot of things. I just kind of like a wide variety of things that I vibe with. So a good example is like, I'll listen to new age meditation music, walking around in the woods and stuff like that, you know, like get really isolated, meditate. But at the same time, you know, I'll want to like ska it up and dance around and stuff like that. I really like moving around, and then new metal will come on and I want to be all edgy and stuff and lift to it. So like really whatever has the best vibe at the moment is what I listen to. So I like a wide variety of stuff. I do obviously love weeb music and VTuber music. So especially because, you know, I'm a shining idol, and I'm intending to be a shining idol. We are going to be doing that content. I might not be good at it at all, but we're going to learn, damn it. We're going to learn. What are eggs if not just pre-chickens? You bring up a good point, though. Because I think that, frankly speaking, it's really the best animal, because it gives you eggs and chicken, and they're both amazing sources of protein. And complete sources of protein, which is extra important. So really, we should thank chickens for everything they provide for us. Thank you, chickens. Anyway, yeah, food. Chicken. Very simple. I am weak to peanut butter, that's for sure. Very weak to peanut butter. I love my fruit. Even though I don't like my vegetables, I do love my fruit. Thanks, dinosaurs. Appreciate the dinosaurs. And then one of my other things, disturbing protein creations. So I have a habit of trying to optimize nutrition lists very often, because I do diet planning as well for a lot of people, for clients and stuff like that. So I've made some really stupid things. I've made some really dumb things where I'm like, yeah, how much protein can we get in this? How optimal can we get? The ratio of calories to protein and all that. Optimization. So I've made some really disturbing things, but I like doing it. It's a fun skill. Min-maxing diets, exactly. And you know, min-maxing isn't the smartest thing. There's a whole story there. We can talk about that on another stream, on what types of nutrition and what way to go about, you know, managing your weight, whether it be gaining or losing weight. But for now, for me, I know what I need, and I need some really dumb ideas to get me to do things. So get to know a bro cursed with pasture chickens. Egg production's insane. I do actually have a friend who owns a farm, so he hooks me up sometimes with really nice eggs. All right, next slide. Let's see if my thing is still awake. All right, wake up. Wake up. My keyboard's not awake. One moment. All right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Now we can talk about this stuff. Okay. So here's going to be the plans going forward, the stream plans and all that. I know I kind of sped through the profile here, but I wanted to get right into the game because, you know, debuting as an indie, the debut is important, but it's not the most important thing in the world, especially when you're new. So, you know, I'm really glad you guys are all here, and this is helping out a ton, and I'm very excited to keep going. But, you know, I was like, I'm not going to... Originally, I wasn't even going to do a debut, actually. I was just going to basically get into playing the games, just start streaming. But as I went and as I networked, I found that a lot of people were actually interested, so I figured I'd kind of give it back and be like, yeah, you know what? If that many people are interested, I'll put work into it too. So that lore video you guys saw at the beginning, which I'll put up on YouTube too, was actually made like 2 days ago. I had that idea 2 days ago, like Saturday morning, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a full lore video. I'm gonna have that ready before debut too, just because, you know, it feels like it needed the pomp and circumstance. Okay, let's talk about the stream plan and my first year goals in VTubing. So stream plan, Mondays, that's today. Yay! We're going to be starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, usually. My schedule will be up on Twitter. Twitter is my primary social media, so I'd absolutely just follow me there if you're interested. We are doing a massive year-long Pokemon Nuzlocke project. This is something I'm sure it's been done before, but I had this idea 9 years ago, and I've always wanted to do it. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be Nuzlocking through every single region of Pokemon as one single Nuzlocke run. So I'm going to start in Kanto, go to Johto, go to Hoenn, go to Sinnoh, go to Unova, yada, 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 so on and so forth, all the way through Paldea, and we're going to treat it as one run. So if we die, if we lose at any point, we go all the way back. Pokemon will carry through. For example, I'm going to allow myself to bring 6 Pokemon through to the next game when we move on. So say we beat Fire Red, and we have 4 Pokemon left from the Elite Four, and then 2 in the box we want to bring. We'll bring them to Heart Gold, Soul Silver, for example, but we won't use them until our levels of our new team hit that level. So I have a whole, the One Piece of Pokemon streams. Exactly. I've statted it out, and it's going to take about a year to do. But we are going to get through everything. We're going to do an entire Nuzlocke, every single region. And the really cool thing about that is there'll be some Pokemon, theoretically, from Fire Red, from Kanto, that we'll still be using at the end if they survive that long. And there's going to be some other rules. I'm going to have a separate announcement video for that and talking about that. So this is going to switch gen because some boys will disappear. Oh, don't worry. There's a way around that. There's definitely a way around that. I'm going to make it a little hard on myself because I play a lot of ROM hacks too. So, normal like Fire Red and Hardcold and all that isn't the most difficult. So I'm going to be introducing some other rules as well to make sure it's hard enough for me to actually have a bit of a threat going on there. How's that going to be work with Gen 3 being bad and locking everything out? I'm going to use, so basically, the human spirit. I'm just going to channel it really hard, definitely not use any hex editors, and transfer Pokemon over to the new games when we need them. But definitely, absolutely, never using any hex editors at all. It's totally a good idea, I promise. Powers of Manifestation. We'll manifest the Pokemon in the next game. On Tuesdays, I'm going to be doing Flavor of the Month / Variety. So I actually have a promise to a friend. I've had a promise to a friend for a long time that I'd play Pal World. I haven't played it before, but I had promised. So I'm going to do that. So tomorrow, we're doing Pal World right off the bat. We're cooking. Yeah, I have an Uncle Nintendo. That's true. That's true. So tomorrow's going to be Pal World, but that's just going to be the general Tuesday slot for Flavor of the Month / Variety, basically. So we're going to be doing all the VTuber games there, probably. All the, content morning, right? Stuff like that. The stuff that comes out, and we're like, oh yeah, we should touch that. Thursdays. This I have an idea for. This could change, but it's going to be like self-improvement / learning streams or 3D. And the reason why I say or 3D, I am a fitness VTuber. So I actually already have an alternate 3D model in commission that's going to have full body tracking. And I'm going to be doing 3D streams where I'm going to be doing fitness type content. So, I could probably show form. That's going to be hard to show form on 3D, but I'm going to give it a shot. But also, that's just going to be general self-improvement day. So there's a lot of things I want to improve on as I make my idle journey here, right? So I want to learn more Japanese, get a lot better at it. I'm a little rusty. It's been about a year since I practiced, and I want to get better at drawing because I draw like, I had an art teacher once. This is recently. I had an art teacher a few years ago who told me something. I don't know if I should be proud of it or not. She said, I drew like I was 5. I'm like, wow, 5 years of experience. I must be pretty good. But I do want to get better at drawing. So we're going to be doing drawing streams. I will be doing karaoke and singing as well. I'm okay. I shouldn't even say that. I like singing. I don't know if I'm okay at singing, but I've done some testing and I didn't hate it entirely, but I do want to get good at it. So we're going to be doing that as well, potentially. That's a Michael Squat. Really? I've never seen Office. Is that The Office? I don't watch non-Japanese things. Sorry. I was like, I don't know. It's not, but it would be. Yeah, so we're just going to be doing self-improvement on Thursdays, but it's going to be collaborative. So I want other people to, join on that journey as well. So this week, we're going to be playing actually Shashingo, which is a Japanese learning game through photography that's on Steam. I've been following for a long time since its announcement, so I figured now would be a good time to play that. But we're going to be doing general learning or 3D on Thursdays. And then Friday is going to be my large list of dumb ideas. It's going to be collabs. But, that's, what am I looking at? Oh my God, I'm dumb. Fridays, not collabs. Fridays, non-game variety / list of dumb ideas. So I wanted another non-game day, and I have this huge list of dumb ideas of things I wanted to stream. Tier lists, gym stuff, conspiracy reviews, all that stuff. Conspiracy reviews especially, I think is going to be pretty fun. I'm not going to rate them on accuracy or anything like that. I'm not going to claim to know anything about that. I'm just going to rate them on how cool they are and how much they might help me get cool powers. So we'll look at a conspiracy or cryptids, right? We'll look at skinwalkers and be like, yeah, let's talk about skinwalkers. And could I take one? Rank every Super Sentai by costume design. Yeah, no, absolutely. Weird stuff like that. Absolutely weird stuff like that. So it's just going to be kind of whatever, but I have a huge list of ideas. I don't want to spoil too much, but Fridays are going to be like a lot more just unique ideas streams, basically. The Round Earth. Well, I tried going to Hollow Earth this one time. Like I said, I was following leads in the past. And I was trying to find information on how to beat the creator and stuff like that. And I tried going to the Hollow Earth once, but I couldn't find it. I had the coordinates in that for everything. I couldn't find it. Take a Skinwalker GF. Mothman throws hands. We'll see about that. We'll have to do an analysis of his strength. I also definitely wanted to do VTuber power scaling. I think that'd be really fun. Hit the nah, I'd win versus they beat me categories and stuff like that, or just general ranking. So. A lot of just want to split it between games and non-games, basically. All right. With all that being said, let me talk about collabs, because I am a fiend for collabs. absolutely a fiend. I will play any game. And the reason why I say yes, please, is I actually think this works out pretty well for me. Because I'm streaming at European hours, European prime time during the middle of the day, I'm actually still free in the evening on US hours. So pretty much all the days of the week, I'm still available to collab. I just generally won't want to stream twice in one day solo. But, you know, if I ever get invited to collab for the evening, like EST or PST, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll be there. Totally. So I'm very pro collab. Weekends too, if I'm free. I definitely want to get more streams than just the 4 that I've scheduled, but I definitely with other people because I think making a community here is going to be a big deal. I have a theory about this that we'll get to later. Yeah, VTuber power scaling is going to be sick. All right, first year goals. Release a cover. I want to force myself to do this, to get good enough at singing that I feel like I can release a cover. I've already actually talked to a music producer, and I kind of have them, I don't want to say like on speed dial, but I have them ramped up and ready to go, being like, hey, when I'm ready to do a cover, we're going to get in there and we're going to do it. So I at least want to do one in my first year. It's probably not going to be great, but I'm going to do my best. Idol powerlifting tuber. Yeah, see, I'm not joking. I want to be an idol, man. I want to be an idol. I think idols are an inspiration. I think they're fabulous. These beautiful, like, ideas, right? These beautiful concepts of like, oh, look at this shining person who could bring joy and inspiration to everyone. I want to do that too. So the idol journey is one that's near and dear to me, for sure. I want to voice act in something. I've never done voice acting before, but I have been a broadcaster before, and I really want to get into doing that. So I want to voice act in something. It's okay if it's just like a random small project or a very tiny game. I want to practice that and get into that. So that's absolutely something I want to do. I don't know if I can do impressions. Whoa, a nice raid here. No Sharko with, how many? How many no Sharko? Oh, hold on, it's scared. That destroyed VTube Studios again. Let me freak out real quick. Oh, let me just wipe myself off. VTuber Studios, please come back. Please find me. That raid destroyed the stream. Oh my god, thank you guys. All right, let me make sure I'm actually alive here. Let me tap. Oh, there I am. Whoa, that's a huge raid. Thank you so much. Welcome, raiders. Welcome to the debut of Alpin Albench, your fitness idol. We're actually getting through our profile here before switching to the game, so. Oh, that's all right. No problem at all. No Sharko. Thanks for coming by. I was in your chat just a little bit earlier too. So welcome, raiders. Welcome, everyone. This is absolutely killing it right now. I am so, this is, like I said, this is what living's all about. Feeling these emotions, you know, really getting in the moment. That's what it's all about. That's what we like to see. Raid too strong. Convert lurkers to cardio goers. I only do cardio if I'm outside. I hate cardio inside. Like, I can't do a treadmill. I'll run in the woods all day because then I can, you know, listen to like Naruto OPs and Naruto run. But yeah, I can't do it. Can't do that on a treadmill. I mean, you can do that on a treadmill. People give you funny looks. I guess I really shouldn't care about that, and I don't really care about that. But still, I think you can get more into the vibe when you're in the woods. So that's important too. All right. Anyway, yeah. First year goals. I want to release a cover. I want to voice act in something. I want to get 500 followers. I want to set like a reasonable goal for myself. Just looking at things I've done in the past and things that I look forward to doing, I was like, I think 500 is a good first year number of something I can really get behind and be like, yeah, let's work towards that. Pito says, the stationary bikes, you're being a gym goblin. Yeah, I don't like being stationary. I like moving. I like seeing different things. I like visual feedback, I guess I would say, especially because when you're running through the woods, like through trees and stuff, it feels faster. And you feel like you're going and doing something pretty important. So, you know, maybe you're on the Sasuke retrieval arc. Who knows? I do want to inspire a viewer to start or return to fitness. That's one thing, another first year goal. I want to inspire somebody to kind of, you know, take their health way more seriously and get into it and feel all that fun endorphin rush you can feel when you work out and really take control of yourself because it's really cool. You get like, you know, lifting's philosophical just as much as physical. You get discipline. You learn a little bit about yourself. In some ways, it makes you more confident too, because you're like, yeah, when I can change my own body, what else can I change in my life? So I really appreciate that. And I want to get a viewer to start or return to fitness. That's another first year goal. Then I want to get noticed by one of the big VTubers I like. I really like categorizing things, and I really like looking and kind of learning lore and interconnectivity, I guess I would say, of a bunch of different things. So I have I don't want to say encyclopedic knowledge, but I can identify pretty much every member of Hololive and Holostars from like a small patch of their clothing. So, and the same doesn't go for Niji or Phase Connect or anything like that, but I know a lot about them. And so I just want to get noticed by one of the VTubers I like. I don't really dislike any VTubers. I think they're all pretty cool. But if one of the ones I've liked and watched before would like one of my tweets or notice me or follow me, I'd be like, yeah, there we go. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming by, No Sharko, and thanks for the big raid. That's highly appreciated. I'm glad my alerts are working. And for everyone else who's followed so far, thank you so much. I know I've been kind of rapidly going through things here. I haven't got a chance to thank you personally, but I'll make sure I go ahead and do that when I go back through. Guy Vite Ramen collab. I do in terms of other stuff. VTuber Studio, please. What's happening? I'm phasing out. Help. I'll be back in a sec. I don't know. Sometimes it likes to hang up. Maybe something happened. That's funny, though. That never happened in testing, but that's only happening now. Let me see if I can... Oh, there we go. See, every time I go to fix it, it fixes itself. That's good to know. BBMon, great debut. Thanks, man. Thanks. I do want to do a Japanese-only collab. I'd love to get to the point where I could be friends with a Japanese VTuber and do a collab with them speaking only in Japanese. Like I said, I do practice Neander Hongo, but simple call-outs, simple sentences, I can handle. At my best, I was able to, navigate rural Japan and have small conversations. So I stay with a lot of host families, a lot of obasans, right? And we would have conversations. And I think the best I did, I had like a 30-minute conversation. All simple stuff, just, where I'm from, what my town is like and stuff like that. But I can get by, and I want to get back to that skill level. My muscles are too big to be tracked accurately. True. I had a lot of special requests for my artist, who did an amazing job, by the way. You should check out, I have the credits in the Twitch profile down below. I couldn't recommend my artist higher. Honestly, the turnaround was insane. They took me, it was one artist from design to illustration to rigging, and it was very affordable too. So I really appreciate them. I'd say, yeah, there's a lot of stories. I've had a lot of lifetimes. I've done a lot of things, and I've been a lot of places. So there's a lot of fun stories, that's for sure. I definitely can do a lot of Zatsu. That's for sure. And then the one thing I want to talk about too, this one's more of a, I don't want to say a call to action, but I have a theory I've been thinking about for a long time with the indie community and VTubing. I have this theory, right? It's hard being an indie. It's hard getting out there and getting your name well known and things like that. And, finding people to connect with, right? Very hard. But I think that's kind of one of the appeals, right? Of like Hololive and big companies like that is the network that you already inherit. So a lot of people know that part. But I guess what I'm kind of getting to say is, in particular, I think half of the appeal of VTubing, maybe not even half, but a big appeal of VTubing is how interconnected things can be, right? So I think one of the appeals of Hololive, for example, is when you're talking about, a Holostar, right? Say you're talking about like Crimson Ruse, and you're like, oh yeah, and then he and Octavio, or oh yeah, and then, he and Axel, right? Went and did blah, 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 blah. And just the referential stuff where it kind of paints a tapestry, paints a story. I think that's a really important thing that as indies, we should try and foster as well, because I think it becomes way more interesting when there's a kind of an interconnected story of sorts. So you can be streaming, collabing with someone and be like, oh yeah, so-and-so told me this yesterday on a different stream, and it all becomes like one world, kind of like how ensemble casts work in anime. So I have a theory about that. And I want to endeavor to do that. So I'm going to try and make a very collaborative community here where it's like, yeah, I'm going to go on collabs and I'm going to talk about those collabs with other people. And so we can have this huge network of stories, basically. That's my idea. So yeah, story arcs, right? We need kayfabe story arcs. I've always thought it would be really cool if there was a VTuber wrestling federation that really leaned in on kayfabe and they did like story arcs and they had heels, right? Like there would be actual villain VTubers. That would be so sick. So something not really like that, but just like having a community and having a story to tell between a bunch of different VTubers to have this like interconnected organization, I guess I would say, is something that's really appealing to me. I like group work. I really like group work. So that's where I'd go with that. You'll wait for the Onagai muscle cover eventually. What's up, Kankuro? Yeah. Onagai muscle actually has already been recommended. I didn't spend a lot of time on this, but I did briefly look around to see if anyone was already covering Onagai muscles and see if they needed male backing vocals for it. Because I was like, yeah, that would be a good idea. That would be a really good idea. Alpin stole my waifu. No, I'm doing no waifu stealing around here. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, no, it would be funny to have kayfabe like VTuber, you know, wrestling arc stuff, right? You could come in like the heel. You could be like the John Cena when he was the bad guy before he became the good guy. That'd be cool. Okay, so I think that about covers all the profile stuff. So with that being said, I do have some time. We have enough time to play for a while. So I think we're going to actually get right into that Nuzlocke series because I have it ready to go, basically. So we're going to move. We're going to go for a transition here. Real quick, Vestox. Look at the Koopa's Chuba battle tournaments. She doesn't do them too often, this wrestling arcs. Pre-fight smack. Oh, yeah. I'd absolutely get into that. Like, throw me in. I'm ready to game. I struggled more than anything today. So let me talk a little bit here about this. The debut stream has more individual toggles I had to remember to do than anything else I think I'm going to be doing. So it was rife for technical problems happening, and I'm glad they didn't. The fact that I've gotten this far, I don't care what happens after this. I'm like, all right, we got it. But I almost forgot to get a controller. I realized very late I didn't have a controller, and I had to go raise some of my friend's stuff to actually have a controller to play Pokemon, or else I was going to be doing it on keyboard. But yeah, gotta catch him very few, gotta catch him very rarely, gotta catch him a little bit. Oh, that's one thing about the Nuzlocke too. We are going to be using species clause. And if you don't know what that means once we catch a Pokemon, we can't use anything from that species ever again. And that's going to carry through the games. So basically, by the time we get to Johto, we won't be able to use anything because it's all just Kanto Pokemon in the grass anyway. So once we catch our first Zubat, we can never use another one. So it's going to all be a connected story, basically. Which starter from Gen 1? Bulbasaur. I started on Bulbasaur when I was a little Alpin, but I've already pre-rolled because I randomized it. I've already pre-rolled and I am picking Squirtle. So Squirtle has been chosen as the first protagonist going forward. Oh, by controller, you mean official Game Boy hardware? Of course I do. Of course. Repeat Giftmon's going to be thrown away. Yeah, I'd say I'm not going to use Giftmons unless the Giftmon is the only thing that shows up in that area. I tend not to use Giftmons. I like to, you know, make it hard, make it difficult. But yeah, we're using Squirtle. I already rolled it. I randomized it 1 to 3, and I was like, okay, it's Squirtle. Because I didn't want to have to like open up random.org on stream and really get into that. So you're confident. Thank you for being confident in the Zatsu. Yeah, I could talk forever. Really, stamina, I think, is going to be the big thing here. Because let's just say this. In past lives, I've streamed before. If you recognize my voice, no, you don't. But I wasn't very long at streaming. I only ever did it for like 2 hours, 3 hours at most. So I need to make sure I have the stamina for this. And I need to really hope that I have the stamina to keep going so long. I'm definitely a chatty Cathy. I don't like silence very much, so I'm going to do my best not to have too much silence. I don't want to say too much silence. The scandal there was no scandals. No, there was no scandals. I'm pretty say-so. It's XQC. Fwofy, what's going on? How you doing, Fwofs? Oh, that's the thing. I'm going to nickname everyone, so if you're not comfortable with that, just let me know. Everyone's getting a nickname. I love nicknames. They're so cool. Some strange energy brought you here. Yeah, some strange energy brought you here. It was really weird. I've been seriously Logan Paul here to ruin Pokemon. Yeah, sorry. You caught me. How'd you do that? I can't believe you caught me. Yeah, I'm Logan Paul. I cracked that Charizard. That PSA 10, that was me. Oh, man, I was a collector, though. Let me tell you. The Pokemon TCG before Logan Paul and after Logan Paul are entirely different beasts. If you know, you know. Things went up like 10 times. 10 times or more. Okay. All right, time to play. Let me transition here. I got cool transition screens. This might take a sec because I got to set a couple things up. Are you ready for this? Whoosha! Yeah! Yeah, I'm going to try my best to stream long, though. I know Twitch likes that. And my time slot does allow for it. I don't have clients coming till the evening. So we can go for we're going to go for another hour and a half today. So we're going to actually get an hour and a half in. Plus, in order to finish this in a year, I actually need to stream fairly long. So yeah, this is not the final version of the overlay. I kind of ran out of time, like I said, because I decided to make a full lore video 2 days before I debuted. So I kind of ran out of time, but this is going to be probably better by next week. Let me go ahead and turn the audio on. That's kind of important. Oh, why did it stop? That's crazy the Game Boy does that. How did that happen? Hold on, let me lower a little bit on my end. Make sure all the audio is okay. How are we looking? Oh, I need to not mute desktop audio. Yeah, there we go. That'll do it. Oh, Something else shouldn't be showing. Hold on. There. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that on the side there. That's my Pokemon overlay. It's, yeah. Squirtle's coming, but he's not here yet. Okay. I know I keep talking, but one more thing. One more thing. I had a really cool idea with Pokemon that I was not able to pull off. I found something that was able to live output my team, and through a script reader, basically. It was able to live output my team, how many deaths I had, what badges I had, without me touching anything. It was automatic. It was so finicky that I didn't want to risk it. It was terribly finicky. It like wouldn't work half the time. It wouldn't update. It was just like all around a dangerous time. And every time like I caught a new Pokemon, it would lag the game because it had to like read the script basically and read what was happening. So we abandoned that idea. So things will be done manually for updating a team. So every time I catch a Pokemon, I do have, courtesy of a friend, I do have an entire data bank of every single Pokemon sprite through Paldea. So we are able to include literally everything. But for this overlay, we're only going to need Fire Red, Leaf Green anyway. So Seto Kaiba theme plays. I love the Seto Kaiba theme. Whenever I'm doing tech work, I actually will loop that. So I don't need to know about Fire Red, please. I can do this blindfolded. Pokelink, yeah, it was Pokelink. It just didn't work very well. Shout out to Alx, who isn't here today. Right, yes, Alx was the one who got me all that. My insane amount of Pokemon sprites. So we're gonna get right into it here. So yeah, it is Pokemon time. Obviously, the thing about Pokemon is it's kind of slow. It's a JRPG, so I'm not gonna be speeding it up. I did promise myself this. In the past, I've done a lot of speed up, but I need to like force myself to be kind of comfortable with it. I've been very uncomfortable with silence in the past, where I've been like, no, I need to be moving all the time. Things need to be fast. I don't want to have like any downtime at all. And I kind of think for the longevity's sake, I need to get out of that habit. So obviously I'm Alpin, but I'm going to take things slower here. No on-screen grinding. Yeah, that is one thing. Unless we need to, like it's in the middle of the stream or something like that, I am not going to do on-screen grinding. I will be grinding a little bit off-screen if necessary, but honestly, for something that's not a ROM hack, it's not like we're playing Radical Red. We probably don't need to do it. All right, so our rival, obviously, the ever-threatening rival to Alpin, which is, wait, hold on, let me do this. Alpin, it's Nipla. N-I, right? Alpin, Nipla. My God. Carbs. No, carbs are friend. Carbs are fuel. You can trust carbs. You can trust bread. There's nothing objectively wrong about it. It does increase water retention, but there's nothing about it that inherently is fat preserving. So don't worry about that. You can have carbs. What do you have against nipples? No, it's Nipla. Not nipples, Nipla. He's our enemy. All right, so first thing we do in any Pokemon game, right? You go into overlays over here. Tech speed. Tech speed mid. Yeah, I'd say so. Tech speed fast. We don't have instant, unfortunately. Battle scenes on. Set style. Ooh. Oh, I didn't think... You know what? No, we got to do set style. We have to do set style. If we're talking base game, normally I do shift for a harder ROM hack, but we got to do set style. We got to make it a little more difficult. Frame. We'll go for a nice fire red frame here, I think. Nipla. Nipla, please. I'll save right away, too. Oh, and feel free to let me know if there's anything, by the way. I am open to all feedback and suggestions. So if there's... Oh, it tried to explode again. There we go. There we go. Oh, I almost dropped some frames. Oh my God, my kilobytes, please. It'll come back. I hope the Himbo Chuba gets you back into fitness. That would be my desire. Don't worry. It'll come back. Free the Nipla. Free the Nipla. I think what it is my phone is getting slammed by notifications. And, oh, a suggestion? Lose the clothing? Okay, hold on one second. Yeah, that's a good point. Hold on. Un momento. Choto Mateo. Please work for me. I have a button that does that. I legitimately have a button that does that. Ayo. Ayo. Okay, my key... Hold on, my keyboard turned off. Is it out of battery? That's hilarious. 1 second. 1 second. I have a button for this, I promise. Yeah. Awkwardly, my keyboard has shut off. And, you know how I said gaming laptops are really cool? Yeah, it doesn't have the macro for the button that I set. Professional streamer. Oh, don't worry. It doesn't take all my clothes off. No, it just takes my jacket off. Yeah, I didn't put on Do Not Disturb, so I think it was destroying VTube. I think it was destroying VTube Studio, honestly. Yes, I have a button that takes my jacket off. I absolutely do. I just don't think I can actually access it right now because I forgot to charge my keyboard because I'm minimalist, right? I don't like cables. And so I have a Bluetooth keyboard and it just ran out of battery. So, jacket off. Future Alpin Pooper. I'm so sorry. Listen, come tomorrow and I'll have it fixed, okay? Yeah, not yet. It doesn't take the shirt off. Not yet. Okay. G-Clef Cannon, nice model, bro. Thanks, man. Thanks. All right, let's roll. Back to the game now. I need to focus my attention 2 places. Not yet. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'll get a shirtless model at some point. Although what I was really thinking was, I think it'd be really good for the 3D model because, like, I think the headband and tank top vibe really fits dancing. So when I get my 3D model, I'm not going to make my artist rig a whole coat, I don't think. I'm probably just going to go tank top for that. I'm waiting on, I'm on the wait list, though, so might be a little bit. But it's cool. I'm in no rush. We got plenty of other things we can do. I'm already telling you. No, what are you talking about? All right, so we got to go Squirtle here. Can you touch your elbows together? Okay, listen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's just say this model represents me. All right, nickname Squirtle. We're nicknaming everything. Number 1 rule of a Nuzlocke. Oh, man. So what can I do here? You know what? I've had somebody who's been through everything with me. It's got to be Frost. Frost has been here for a very long time. And I will absolutely be naming Pokemon after all the chat members, but Frost has been here helping me for a very, very long time. So the mill tanks are real. When I'm down to my last mon, the jacket comes off. We turn the bandana backwards at that point. For those of you who aren't familiar with Nuzlocks, I should probably explain. If you don't know what that is, Nuzlocks is a format that started probably around 2008, I want to say, 2007 or 2008. And the idea basically is if a Pokemon faints, it's dead and you can't use it anymore. If all your Pokemon faint, you're dead and you have to start the game over again. So it's Pokemon with loss conditions. On top of that, you got to name all your Pokemon and you have to catch the first Pokemon you see on every single route. So you can't choose what you want. You have to let the game decide for you, basically. So a Babuseal would have been more realistic. That's okay. You know, Frost, I wanted to get you in the beginning, though. But because Nuzlocks are the way they are, there are pretty specific rules for when they start. So this rival battle is scripted. You can't catch any Pokemon yet. Ostensibly, you can't do anything to stop if you die. So, like right there, if a crit happens. So Nuzlocks don't start until you get your Pokeballs. So if we were to die in this, it doesn't mean we start over. It doesn't mean we go back to the beginning. It starts once we get our Pokeballs, basically, once the game actually starts. But looks like we're going to clean up pretty nicely here. Nippola's got nothing on us. If the Pokemon representing you dies, you get banned. True. Real facts. We'll get some mods. We'll get some mods. But yeah, I don't actually have any Discord right now, and I might not make one for a while. I tend to like a lot of one-on-one talks, and like, I don't know, I kind of like... This is kind of weird, but I like being like a floating ghost type person. I'll make a Discord at some point. If there's a Discord made, for sure, I'll get in there. But for now, I'm mostly on Twitter. So if you want to like DM or something, absolutely just do it on Twitter. That's going to be the best place to reach me. And I am an open book. You can message me at any point. Oh, you know what? Let me just go ahead. I know I didn't get Pokeballs yet. Yeah, okay. Oh, you know what we should do? We should check here. All right, so we got a Hardy Nature. I believe that's defense up. So natures in Pokemon, for those who don't know, basically determine your stats to an extent. So what stats going to be better, what stats going to be worse. And Hardy, I believe, is defense up, speed down, is what it looks like. That could also just be some base stats from Squirtle. I'm not 100% on everyone's base stats, but it definitely looks like Hardy's defense up. So physically defensive Squirtle we have here, which is not bad for a Blastoise. That's not terrible. We'll get the running shoes when we get back here, so... It's the beginning of a very, very long journey. Pokemon, like I said, is going to be bread and butter content. But yeah, what I was talking about was general Nuzlocke rules. We're going to take a few fights here, I think. We definitely want to get the level up before Brock. But taking Squirtle, luckily, is going to make Brock a cakewalk. If we got Bulbasaur, we'd have no problem against Misty either. We'll just have to catch something. Hopefully, we get a Pikachu in Viridian Forest or something like that. I have a pretty good grasp on all of the Pokemon you can get everywhere, so... I like the ones that say proud of its power. This Lucario is proud of its power. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I've been in this game for a long time. You're twirling your hair and kicking your feet at the OG? Hey, I'm 29. I'm not 30 yet. Not till October 5th. And that's only in this lifetime anyway. Getting banned with the Pokemon that represents you dies is kind of brilliant. Can I get VIP? No, I'm not banning anyone unless they deserve it. That's for sure. That's for sure. What are you talking about? I'm not old. I'm young. That's the whole point about VTubers. You don't age. It doesn't matter. Well, I mean, you age, but like, yeah, you get to stay young forever. Time is meaningless as a VTuber. We're sparkling, idle concepts of agelessness, right? That's how it works, right? Please tell me that's how it works. Please. 2019 Oaks Parcel. I'm autopiloting this. I was literally just reading chat and autopiloting peripheral vision to Oaks Parcel. Oh, that was listed at the beginning, October 5th. I'm going to upload it. I had a whole lore video. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning, I made an entire lore video for me talking about my past and stuff like that. I will be uploading that. And I spent some time. It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Not OG, I'm rioting. Oh, you know, I'll be there in a little bit. Only 6 months. Only 6 more months. No midlife crisis yet. It's not like doing this was my midlife crisis or anything. Yeah. Alpin Libra energy. It is true. It is true. I don't know what that means. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, if the stars say something, I kind of want it not to be true. I don't like being controlled by things. They should let me decide my own fate. How about that? But I'm hoping here, I'm trying to think. I think for our first capture, your midlife crisis was just buying... Your midlife crisis was just buying a nice guitar. Mine was becoming a shining idol. We are not the same. I'm just kidding, Fido. But it's what it made me think of. Oh, man. But I'm hoping maybe for a Pidgey. I'm hoping maybe for a Pidgey first capture. We got to go back over here, talk, and we should get our Pokeballs and let the Nuzlocke actually begin. Not to mod in Machoke starter. Oh, that's one thing we got to do real quick. Speaking of starter, there's Squirtle. Squirtle's here. Yay! Yatta! Laughs nervously in 5-year retirement plan. Oh, yeah. I think we were talking about that, right, Bito? A Japan retirement plan? Hey, here's the thing. Fun fact about Japan. Traveling through the middle of nowhere in Japan, you learn a lot about finances. In particular, the finances of an entire... You know those Japanese complexes where they have that garden in the middle? Yeah, well, one of those by the beach in Tottori is like $20,000 US. Granted, they would need fixing up, but yeah, things are pretty cheap out there because the bears are taking over. OG idol. Wow. wait, Renata, what do you mean by that second part? Yeah, I'm definitely ducking off to the left. Absolutely. I believe that's Route 22? I forget the exact number. But yeah, you can... So for those who don't know, actually, a lot of people who haven't played Pokemon literally a million times probably don't know this. But actually, there is a rival battle up there. All right, good. We got our Pokeballs. So the adventure officially begins. Let's give it a save. The long journey of a whole year begins. 22 sounds right, yeah. So here's the thing. Species Clause might hurt a little bit in Gen 2, but think about it this way. Realistically, we're not going to get a Poliwag, for example, right? I don't think we're going to run into Poliwag. All right, first Pokemon, Rattata. I'll take it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I can get things wrong all the time, but I've played this a lot. I'll do my best. I'm going to go for another tackle here before I go for capture. Gapmo Arrow. Whoa! Well, one thing I do need to get a Bluetooth mic because when I'm doing the 3D streams, when I'm dancing and stuff like that, I definitely can't be tied to a mic. So I need a 3D mic for that, which means it has to be on me while I'm dancing, which means I have to... Yeah, it's going to require some... There's going to be effort there. I think there's going to be some hard breathing, maybe. Oh, no. Oh, no. People sleep on Raticate. Does Hyperfang does intercourse. Does Species Clause mean you get to skip a repeat? Yes. So I am going to use this to my advantage with the Species Clause. What that means is that a Pokemon's eliminated from the pool. So it used to be the rule where you would only get one more chance. I'm going to eliminate that for this Nuzlocke. So what we're going to do basically is, say we're in Johto and the route has like 5 Kanto Pokemon and 1 Johto Pokemon. If we've caught the 5 Kanto Pokemon already, that just means we get the Johto Pokemon. Unless we fail to capture it. So say we find it and we don't capture it, yeah, then we're screwed. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to exercise on stream. Absolutely. That's part of the game. We got to lift. That's when I get that 3D. We're dancing. I want to learn how to dance, man. Top percentage. No, we're doing viewers. So, you know what? I'm going to go Ace for this one because Ace, you're my man, Ace. You were early on. When I joined, you were early on in supporting me. I need to remember absolutely everyone who supported me at the very beginning because I need to... Can I fit Ace Caswell? I'm going to call him ACP. How about that? Kind of like... Ooh, that'll work. That's not my back button. Okay, there we go. ACP. Nope, not that. Back button is B. There we go. ACP. I could fit Ace Caswell, but I like the nickname better. Species limitation reset, sort of. I'm going to use it in terms of like once. So for example, put it this way, right? We can never use Squirtle again, and we can never use Rattata again now. That's our Rattata. That's our Raticate. If we catch another rat, no, we don't. We don't catch another Raticate. There's 80 people here? What? What? Are you kidding? I have viewers off. It's an old habit. I saw the raids earlier. I didn't know if I was reading those numbers correctly. God, oh my God. I'll cry. I will absolutely cry. I swear to you, I will cry. All right. Disregard. Don't get me wrong. I don't get stage fright. I'm just honored. Incredibly honored, if that's true. There's nobody here? All right, cool. Yeah, sounds good. I'm just streaming to my bros. Just my few bros here. You know, we're just hanging out. It's bros hours, real bros hours. No, where do I get running shoes in Fire Red Leaf Green? Is that, oh, do I have to wait all the way to Pewter for that? After Pewter on the way to the cave? I think I might. You don't need to make me cry yet. You could never make me cry. Alpin Albench bows to no one. He's super strong and cool and all that. Yeah. I'm the paragon of whatever, man. Oh, I got hiccups. Oh. Oak's Aid gives you them. Okay, yeah. Oh, so we have to deal with normal walking first. Okay. Whoa, why does it keep doing that? It's hanging up. That's weird. I really think it's like my phone or something. But, okay. Happy tears or whatever. So we need to do a little bit of training before we do anything else. Because the deal here is, for those who don't know, this route over here actually leads... I'm going to save because I'm scared that my game's breaking right now. This route over here actually leads to the Pokemon League, but you can't get there yet until you have all the badges. But there is a patch of grass here that technically counts as a new route, and there's a rival battle that a lot of people miss that you get really early on. Okay, why is my game exploding? That's not good. Oh, hold on. I just got a notification that my encoding is overloading. Does the stream look okay to everyone else? I'm not dropping any frames yet, but I just got an encoding overloading. That's probably not good. Listen, Shiva, I knew you were going to quote that. No, listen, gaming laptops are super cool, guys. No, you know what? That's a good point, Frost. I'm actually running this off of micro SD. I'm very smart. Yeah, I probably will drop the bitrate. I have it at 6,000 right now. Yeah, get used to that. Encoder overload, something you see. Yeah, I figured with my CPU being as good as it was and having a 4060, it wouldn't be much of a problem. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to risk this. We have to be careful with our Pokemon here. It would be cool to go catch another Pokemon right away, but I'd rather train Rattata a little bit first. Maybe level 5, level 6. We got to be very careful here with the early levels. That's the thing about Nuzlocking. The most dangerous moment for a Nuzlocke, for a new Pokemon, is directly when you get it, because it's going to be at level with everything else. So you have to pay really, really close attention to what you're fighting, how much damage you can do. So this Rattata here, you know, we're level 3 on level 3. If it crits, that could be not good. So we're going to see how things look. We're going to feel it out. And then go where we need to. Okay, so yeah, that's a good amount of damage, but we're okay as long as it doesn't crit again. I'm gonna take the risk. No, that would be stupid. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. This is a year long. I tend to sometimes just like go crazy into something and make a really dumb choice. So we're just gonna avoid doing that. Being at level plus no EVs, exactly. Yeah, wouldn't be the smartest. Be stupid, it's funny. Man, you know I will be making tons of dumb edits. Oh, something else I'm gonna be doing actually. Yeah, no poison till Weedle, so we're chilling there. Something else I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be treating this Nuzlocke series kind of like the Pokemon anime. So I'm going to be doing episode recaps every week that I'll probably upload to YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So it'll be simple. It's just going to be me talking and be like, last time on the Nuzlocke, the Region Quest Nuzlocke, you know, kind of like last time on Dragon Ball Z type stuff. And we're going to be like, yo, we did this and we caught this and we fought this. Alpin saw Ho-Oh. Oh, yeah, okay. I outspeed here, I think. I think it's chill. Yeah, it's chill. All right, cool. How does game choice work? You doing Crystal or Heart Gold? I'm tending to go for the harder games, or not the harder games, but like the most complete version. Hence why I'm playing Fire Red over, Red or Blue, for example. So we're going to be going for the complete version. So Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I think we're doing... Ooh, should I do Oris? Oh my god, that's a question. I was thinking I was going to do Fire Red, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Emerald, Platinum, but we could. That's an option. I'll have to think about that. I mean, it'll be a bit till we get there anyway. I know Heart Gold, Soul Silver is going to be up next. That's for sure. That's an absolutely no-brainer right there. Alpin see ho-oh. It'd be nice if I could see ho-oh. Talk about randomizers, though. If you've ever done a randomizer Nuzlocke, boy, is there some terrifying luck in that. I'm going to go for this. The Handholdy and Oris. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried. Let's Go is actually kind of hard, Nuzlocke-wise. Fun fact. I've actually failed a Nuzlocke before of Let's Go, which I think is like one of the only base Pokemon games I've ever failed. So, yeah, that can happen. I'm a little worried. Have some trepidation going to Let's Go. So I'd probably just do the base ones. That's my thought process. But, yeah, randomizers. Okay, there's this thing that happens. If you've never randomized Pokemon before, this really funny thing happens where you just always run into legendaries in the first route. And especially in a Nuzlocke, they can just sometimes end your game. It's really funny, actually, how consistent it is. I've actually had it happen before on stream where I started a new game on a randomizer, and I would be walking into grass, and I'd be like, yeah, and we're fine as long as we don't run into, like, Lugia or something. And then a literal Lugia showed up. Like, just perfect call. I was 100% correct, like, the right Pokemon and everything. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's fair. That's great. Yeah, the leveling mechanics and the capturing mechanics too. It's like you have to like close your eyes and spin in a circle and then just run into the first Pokemon you see, I guess. So, I think we'll just do the basic games. A randomizer that adjusts catch rates. Oh, I think you can. I think there's one I use where you can standardize catch rates. I don't think you can individually, but I think you can standardize them. Streamers get the gift of prophecy. Oh yeah, and there's Steam tax too. So I'm going to be way worse in a Nuzlocke on stream here than I am actually if I had to like really focus down on it. But it is what it is. That's part of the fun. Oh yeah, absolutely. If I lost, well, so here's the thing. The Pokemon, I'm allowing myself to carry 6 Pokemon over through every game. So, you know, if we're at the Elite Four or something like that, I'll do some switch training here. If we're at the Elite Four and we manage to beat the Elite Four, right? And then we go into the next game, we're going to have 4 Pokemon remaining, maybe 2 from the box. If our team in Heart Gold dies, but we're at level, for example, we're going to go ahead and use the team that we carried over. So by the time we get to Scarlet Violet, we're probably going to have a lot of Pokemon available to use. So even if our team wipes, our entire box won't have wiped, basically. That's probably the idea. Already ignoring the play it safe from crit strategy? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I am. Sometimes when I play Pokemon, I just read chat and head empty. It's actually super dangerous. I did see that crit there, but it won't happen again. I trust it. Oh, then I'm dead. If I lose the entire box, we're dead. So if I lose all of my live Pokemon, it's over forever. Then we have to restart. Then the project is ended. Like, this is a challenge. This is supposed to have stakes for this year-long project. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But I think we can do it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think I could. That's the truth. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think I had a damn good shot of making it happen. No. So, yeah, I thought about that. Honestly, Shiba, you might have some information on this. I don't really know how switching categories works, and I was a little scared to touch anything. So I was like, we're only playing it for like the second half of the stream anyway. We'll just call it a special event because, you know, the videos are going to be after this. So I'm going to make my first video being like, hey, we're doing this Nuzlocke series. And then from that point on, we'll be in the Fire Red Leaf Green category. So until then, we'll probably just, you know, we'll keep it here. Not going to touch anything when it's working great. Yeah, you didn't consider not making it. Exactly. That's the thing. Nuzlocks are a threat. And so the point is to carry that threat throughout many, many streams. And here comes my encoding again. Yeah, we'll talk later. We'll talk later. Hydrate, redeem. You know what? This is funny. This is a bit ironic. This is really ironic, Konkuro, because I was like, I don't need to hydrate, redeem. I drink a gallon of water every day. I'm fit. I can drink. I know what I'm doing. Inevitably, I have not drank yet since the stream has started because I've been too excited. So, you know what? Maybe the hydrate, redeem is worth something. Unfortunately, wow, that did a little damage. I'd have to get up. I'd have to get up to get my water, and I don't want to touch anything. So we're just gonna keep going. Don't worry. I've already drank in like a half gallon today, so I'll be fine. I'll totally be okay. What are your thoughts on Gatorade? I think it's fine. I think it's actually fine. Oh yeah, this is actually another great moment to talk about this. Because I'm doing, I'm billing myself as a fitness and nutrition streamer. You can ask me fitness and nutrition questions at any point, and I will answer them. That's going to just be part of the content. We're going to integrate it in everything. So yeah, to talk about Gatorade, I don't think there's anything wrong with Gatorade at all. I do prefer the sugar-free Gatorades only because they have less calories, and you know, a lot of people are looking to cut rather than bulk. So in those cases, you generally don't want to be getting any calories from drinks. You know, you really want to space it out, especially if you have, you know, like if you have satiety problems, right? So you're like, oh man, I'm always hungry. You don't want to be drinking your calories. So anytime I'd be going for a drink or something like that, I'd be doing it for the purposes of no calorie drink, basically. Yeah, and I feel like with a lot of that, I don't tell the difference. I mean, I'm kind of a purist. I don't drink caffeine. I kind of just send life. I kind of just freeball life. I don't drink caffeine or anything like that. Although, ironically, I did drink caffeine today, which is really funny considering I have an energy drink maybe once a year. I used to, you know, I've never drank them really. They're just not something I do. I make sure I get my sleep. I think my audio still works though. Hold on, but I'll wait for that to come back. How much No, not this joke again. I will give you that answer in a sec, Nick, about the takes and the sugar-free stuff. Been going to war with people that love that stuff forever, and I will go to war with them too. So I might blow your mind a little bit here, but we'll talk about substitutes. We'll talk about sugar substitutes. But yeah, so what I do is I kind of just balls out on life. So I make sure to get to bed at a good time. I usually go to bed around 10, and then I sleep until like 6 a.m. And then what I do, I basically work out really early in the morning. So I'll get up and I'll usually walk to the gym or do a little jog to the gym and get, you know, like a good like 40 minutes to an hour or in the woods of like walking before I get into the gym. Then I'll go to the gym, then I'll usually walk back or drive back depending on how I did it basically. So that way I'm just like, I'm well rested, I'm waking up, and I energize myself by just kind of getting hype is the best way to put it. So like rather than drink caffeine, I'll put on like hard style. Or put on like, oh, okay. I've had an obsession recently. This is a VTuber thing. Kiara makes some really good music for getting hyped. Kiara's Do You, Hololive, we're talking about Takanashi Kiara. Her Do You, I love that. I love that song so much. I almost every morning for the past month will throw on Do You and just start absolutely sending it on my way to the gym. Just like full tilt in the car, hitting like the Do You, say, you do, feel the sea. Yeah. I'd just be hitting that all the time. And yeah, Kitaro, I'm doing that by region. 6 a.m., what's that? Yeah, you know, it's a cool time period. Sometimes the sun's up. Who knows? But to get to the story, I know I've been on a tangent here to really lock in because I have a few things left to answer. So this morning, because I was so excited about this, I've been so excited because like the second I commissioned my model, I was ready to start. So I've been like gnawing my teeth out for 2 months. So last night I went to bed at 10 and I woke up at 4:50 and I was like, okay, I'm up. So obviously I was tired. Obviously I'm running on fumes compared to kind of what I normally did. So I took that as an opportunity to hit an energy drink. And the nice thing about caffeine is you don't build up a tolerance to it unless you use it a lot. So 200 milligrams of caffeine will work for me for an entire day and keep me in a nice elevated state all the time. So I did ironically have caffeine today, but last time I had an energy drink before that, I think was months ago, many months ago. I used them very sparingly. Which energy drink do you drink? I tend to not want anything too hard. I had a Celsius this morning, a Celsius Orange. Sparks 2 is full hype. Yeah, Sparks is hype. I actually like Love Rush a lot too. I think Love Rush really embodies the feeling of like, oh man, it's the last idol performance. I love Love Rush. That's a great one too. One less REM sleep cycle. Exactly, Ace. Okay, but to answer the questions earlier, right, Gatorade. Yep, Gatorade's great for hangovers because it restores a lot of electrolytes, also has a lot of sodium in it. That's really helpful for hangovers. And as for, we call them oh man, my words. I'm going to stumble over this. Non-nutritive sweeteners. Yeah. I can't say that word, but that's what we call them in the industry. What's the policy on pre? I think pre is just caffeine for the most. Well, it's not just caffeine. Pre used to be pretty dangerous. It's not too dangerous these days. A lot of the pre that were dangerous got banned. Back when I started lifting, there was stuff that would blow your heart up out there. So I never touched pre. I've never taken pre in my life. Like I said, I just raw dog it. I'd probably be a lot better if I did, but you know, I just send it. So, but anyway, yes, to get on to what I was talking about before, with sweetener substitutes. Despite what you may expect, I can confidently say there is no meta-analysis or series of research studies that have shown on a long term, with other nutrition factors being controlled, that things like, well, aspartame, for example, are negative to your health in the long term. It's actually, in many cases, ironically enough, there's some correlation, not causation here, but ironically enough, sometimes things like that, 0-calorie energy drinks or zero sugar energy drinks, can actually be better for you. I'm going to quote unquote that, better for weight loss and satiety than water. And the reason why is because a lot of people tend to treat it like a meal substitute. So instead of drinking water, for example, people will get an energy drink, a 0-calorie energy drink. And when they do that, they also tend to eat less calories. So there's a fun little correlation there where sometimes having 0-calorie energy drinks like that. Okay, hold on. Reconnecting. I'm alive. I'm here. Nipples won. Watch out for him. He's dangerous. Okay, that was scary. Okay, so to be fair, guys, I'm fighting the eclipse right now. I'm competing with a solar event right now. I tried to give the sun hands earlier, tried to get it to cut that shit out for getting in the way of my debut stream, but yeah, that hurt a little bit. But yeah, I'm kind of competing with the solar eclipse, and I won't say I'm in the path of it, but I might be kind of close. So yeah, internet connectivity right now with people getting all excited about it, it's probably not great right now. So sorry about that. We're doing our best. We're alive. We're here. Anyway, like I was saying, okay, you know what? I got to turn the bitrate down, guys. Give me a sec. Can I do that live? I'm going to try. Hopefully this doesn't break anything. 1 second. I think we need this. 4,000. Let's lower the power level a little bit. Let's see if that works. That should do something. Dude, yeah, the eclipse can't hurt you, dude. It's dark. What do you mean? You could totally look at that without glasses. That's sarcasm. Don't do that. Anyway, yeah, I will grudge match the sun anytime. Actually, a couple things I found really ironic, speaking about that, was like, I thought I didn't intentionally plan for my debut stream to be during the solar event. I just didn't realize it. And the length of my stream is almost exactly the length of the event where I am. So I was like, oh, I guess I'm fighting the solar eclipse. I guess that's part of the lore and marketing now. That's just built in. That works for me. And then the other thing that happened was super funny where, I was networking. Some of the people here know what I'm talking about. I was networking in certain places where there's certain threads and stuff like that. And, oh my God, it's still happening. I'll fix this for next time. And, there was somebody posted, and it very much looked like it was me because they used the Nah I'd Win panel, and were like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna fight the sun, no problem. Like, I'm the aspiring one, I will win. That wasn't me. But the really funny thing about that was I used that panel in my lore video. So not only did the kind of overall vibe get guessed, the actual panel for my lore video got guessed by that person too, and that just was not me, which is super funny. Yeah, basket weaving threads, exactly. I think we're almost at about level here, so. He's on his Escanor arc. Eclipse, whatnot, yeah. Never added rat friend to your party list. Oh, I think he's in. Oh, yeah, Fido. See, thank you. This is why I guessed wrong. I assumed I was going to have that there, but I guessed wrong. This is why I need friends. I need friends to remind me that rat friendo needs to be there too. Big time. Okay. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Yeah, so what I would say is, as far as the long-term studies, I guess I'm going to explain this part a lot, but for those who don't know, meta-analyses, what those are basically are studies of studies. So you can have a single study that says anything. Especially nutrition studies are really, really hard to basically hold factors for. And the reason why is, if you think about it, right, so much goes into your body. So much food over the day, so much variety, not consistency, things like that, right? So to confound for all those factors and plan for all those factors is pretty impossible unless you do what's called a metabolic ward study, which is where you basically put people in a hospital and feed them exclusively a water calorically tested amount of food. So you know exactly what's going in their body, right? But even then, it's hard to account for all the factors. So it's really hard to do nutrition studies. That being said, you can generally find a nutrition study that will tell you anything about anything. So there'll be 20 studies that are like, yeah, eggs are bad. Another 20 studies, yeah, eggs are good. And they're not all great studies. Some might be good. You don't know that. So what meta-analysis do, they're kind of the gold standard for evidence in the scientific world, because what they do is they take all those studies and then do a study of the studies. So they'll say, hey, we have 40 studies on the effect of eggs on overall health outcomes, right? Why don't we put those studies together and see what the overall conclusion is? And then they'll go through the study methodology and, exclude ones if they don't have good parameters or they didn't account for something, right? And in the end, ideally what you get, okay, so we got a Rattata here, so we need to actually fight this and get something else. In the end, what you'll have is, as close to a conclusion as you can get, where you're like, yeah, okay, ooh, that hurt. We have 40 studies that say, for example, that, a higher amount of protein contributes to muscle building. Great, protein contributes to muscle building because 60 different studies had that outcome and none didn't. So that's what a meta-analysis is, basically. So you want those when you're talking about any sort of nutrition conclusion. And even then, things change. So when you're diagnosed as diabetic, you're in the hospital for a week because they couldn't figure out which type. Yeah, nutrition's a new field. We're learning new things every day. You would think that it was all kind of found out by now, but that's super not the case. Yeah, most of the controversy in the FDA did the study before approving aspartame in the 80s. A lot of people think it was phony. Well, there have been a lot, funny enough, actually. Oh my God, because I'm getting stream taxed right now, so I'm forgetting the name of it. Okay, there we go. There's actually more evidence right now on aspartame being safe than there is Splenda being safe. That's not to say Splenda isn't safe. I'm just saying evidence-wise, we've actually studied aspartame more than we have Splenda. So it's an interesting world out there. It's an interesting world out there. Yeah, they end up in the weeds. Like, what do you believe? Well, that's the hard thing. But the overall conclusion, if there's one thing you take away from it, from nutrition, you don't really have to get too deep into it because the real answer is actually the most simple one. Despite what everybody says, despite all these miracle cures and things like that and superfoods and all that, I'm going to wait for my stream to stop breaking again. There. Despite superfoods and all that, the real answer is that if you eat a balanced diet, if you eat a variety of foods, and you try and eat fairly good foods 95% of the time, you're almost 99% of the way there. That's really the end all be all of it all. It's very complicated, but the conclusion isn't that complicated. The conclusion's actually common sense. The conclusion's like, yeah, get a good variety of, proteins, healthy fats, fruits and vegetables. That's it. That's 95% of the battle. And you can have chocolate. You won't die if you eat chocolate. Ooh, Spiro. You won't die if you eat chocolate. You should have it maybe 5% of your calories, right? You don't want to have it every single day as a majority of the food you're eating, but there's nothing wrong with having chocolate every once in a while. You got to allow yourself some fun. A diet that's super strict and optimal will never last. You have to make sure that you give yourself some fun because what's the point of living otherwise? Food's good. All right, we're catching this thing. Rip to your prostate because Coke Zero's your lifeblood. Listen, everyone needs to eat more fiber as a whole. I don't know anything about European statistics, but at least in the US, I think about I forget the exact stat, but a vast majority of Americans do not have anywhere near the proper amount of fiber in their diet. And that is very intricately tied to longevity. So you want to do that. All right, this is going to be, we have a female one here. Grace came in. This is going to be Grace because Grace came in and rated us earlier. This will absolutely be Grace. I got to make sure I keep gender in mind too. Your diet's 100% soy, so you can get the mommy milkies. I'm aware of the joke about the soy and breast tissue development. I haven't looked into it. I can't say one way or the other. That's not something I've looked into. Saccharin is one of those approved legal sugar replacements confirmed to be light carcinogenic. Yeah, well, the thing about lightly carcinogenic things, you'll see this a lot sometimes with the UN rankings on carcinogens. There's a lot of things on the UN ranking of carcinogens. So I know there's a big to-do recently because I think Coke or something was put on that list where it was it's a category 2 carcinogen by the UN's database. The UN ranks everything for carcinogens. That put it in the same, that put it in the same category as? They put it in the same category as beef. It was beef. Beef's in that category too. So it's kind of like the whole apples have anthrax in them thing where it's yeah, but your body is a really good filter. You got organs for that, So you're fine. You're not gonna die from eating apples. It's not gonna harm you. They're great for you. The amount of apples you'd have to eat, you'd be dead long before you ate the amount of aspartame or anthrax in an apple. Americans are also heavily dehydrated. Yes, they are. Heavily dehydrated. And I think is I know those people too. I've worked with a lot of clients, and this might be some people here too, and I would absolutely recommend you introduce some water in your diet where they just don't drink water. Water is just not a part of their diet, where they'll just drink Coke and they'll drink energy drinks and stuff like that, and that they just don't drink water. I know a lot of people like that. And it's kind of baffling. I grew up never drinking soda. I just kind of never was interested in it. So I've only ever drank water, really. But when I see that, I'm like, wow, that's something. That's something. All right, let's go into Grace here. So if I think it blocks estrogen. Yeah. Soy is all phytoestrogens. Yeah. Oh, that was a painful one. Hydro Flask Gang. Okay, we're going to get out of there. I puckered a little bit there. Beef being a wide net to cast. Red meat. Yeah, red meat does end up in those categories with a big map. That's the thing too, right? Talking about nutrition studies. You never know what they're exactly studying in many cases. Like diet studies, they tend to not control for a lot of things, like I said. And a lot of them are self-reported. And if there's one thing that you can count on, it's for people to not accurately self-report how much they're exercising and how much they eat. Everyone's wrong. So if you ask someone to self-report in a study, it's generally wrong, like 100% of the time, basically. You only get good at it after doing it for a very long time. So, desert train plants never drink enough water and wonder why they're miserable and confused. Yeah, man. I mean, not being hydrated has a host of wild effects. Ruins your energy levels, ruins lifting levels as well. I mean, people really neglect this one, right? But when you wake up in the morning, you're dehydrated because you've slept for a while, right? You've slept for, hopefully, 7 to 9 hours. You are dehydrated. If you run right to the gym at that point, you're actually going to lift way less. There's actually a very good correlation between being hydrated and having strength. So if I remember correctly, it's something to 8 to 10%, where if you go into dehydrated workout versus hydrated, your strength levels are going to be about 8 to 10% less, which means obviously pushing less weight or getting less reps out, which then correlates to less muscle gain. So it's a, whole thing. Am I one of those boiled chicken boys? Self-report like Among Us? Yeah. No. So yeah, I've made some really, okay. My lunch today was a pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast and nothing else that I ate right before starting debut stream. Yes, I do that. But sometimes I do that. Right now I'm doing that. I don't do that all the time. Hold on. I'm dying again. There we go. I don't do that all the time. A lot of times I'll do chicken thigh. I do tend to just eat it straight though. I've gotten used to that over the years. And then I'll pair it with something. So I'll have something else with it. But yeah, I do eat it straight. I'm not saying chicken tastes the best. I just think it's very optimal for me. All right, I want to get Grace up a couple levels before we hit this, because I think his top is a level 9 here, so we're going to keep going here. Boiled chicken boy. You one of those boiled chicken boys? Latched on gains. I haven't thought about that. I definitely want the fan name to be Swolgers. I think that's great. I think Swolgers works really well, especially because, going back to the lore video, I got to inspire everyone to, find their path and become as strong as possible. So we need to become the swole soldiers of this chat. So Swolgers is going. Gains, chicken fried rice. That's actually pretty good. Weight, dumbbells, obviously. Max PR. There's many options for the redeems. Many, many, many options. That's for sure. That's for sure. Chicken fried rice is funny though. I don't have fried rice that often. Really, yeah, maybe I am a boiled chicken boy. I never boiled it. I would always grill it or oven it. But yeah, I undercook chicken a lot. I'm not the best cook. I know a lot about nutrition, but I make some real cursed stuff. I make some really cursed stuff. I tend to, I don't think this is how this works at all, but I probably am immune to salmonella at this point because I've consumed enough of it. I undercook my chicken too frequently. It's not good. It's really not good. Yeah, well, that's the thing about fitness journeys is they can be whatever you want them to be. I've trained many people who want to gain weight, who want to gain muscle, who want to lean out, who want to get jacked. Really, you get to choose what you want to do with your body. That's the best part. And everyone's goals are different. Spices are free. Yes, I use them. Don't get me wrong. I'm just, I feel like spice things less than most people. I'll put what I'll feel like is a lot on, but then I'll see people really dump it on. I probably shouldn't be as concerned about sodium. It's not that big of a deal. Under-consuming sodium is honestly a lot more dangerous than over-consuming sodium, but nobody's really at risk of under-consuming sodium these days, so. You've been stuck at 1 to 3 pounds overweight. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm on a cut right now myself. I'm a big powerlifting boy right now, and I'm cutting down because I've swapped over to bodybuilding for a little bit, so I'm also on that grind set and doing my best. Have my own ways of doing things, though. Over-reciting meta-analysis and saying I might be immune to salmonella. Yeah, listen, I've been through many, many years. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing nutrition and fitness for like a decade. And so through that, I've eliminated all the various things that work for me and don't work for me and try pretty much everything. So I've tried, even though, they might not have as strong of a scientific basis, I've tried a lot of fad diets just to be like, how does this affect my body? So for example, I tried keto once, even though I knew kind of how it worked, right? And that it wasn't anything magical or special. I did try it just to be like, how does my body react to keto, right? And actually, it worked okay for me, but I wouldn't want to do that long term. And it gets a little dangerous if you do it long term too. You want to get checked if you're doing something like that long term. It works for, it's not something I'd consider an overall like forever lifestyle. Is not my recommendation, at least. You're that white person cook TikTok warned us about. Hey, okay. Listen, maybe a little, but for different reasons. Listen, if it was up to me, if calories were no object, yes, I'd slather everything in everything I could find. But I like eating. I like eating a lot. If left to my own devices, my body wants like 8,000 calories a day. So I need to really stretch the food out, which means if I'm gonna like put it this way, right? If I cook in butter, I'm gonna add 100 calories to whatever I'm cooking. Or I could eat that thing without butter, and I could also have a yogurt. So volume is always what I go for personally, where I'm just like, I need the most large amount of food possible in me. Yeah, sodium intake's usually fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't go about only eating frozen food and fast food forever. But yeah, sodium intake, as long as you're drinking enough water and also getting enough potassium, it's not that big of a deal. I wouldn't say keto's deadly necessarily. Like, keto's not something, like, if people tell me, they're like, hey, I want to have a keto diet, I won't refuse to make that for them or anything like that. It's just generally not my recommendation, because, you know, your body is meant to use carbohydrates as energy source, basically. Long-term keto does have a little bit of danger for kidneys, and you do want to get checked out as you do keto, especially if you're really deep in it and you've already lost a lot of weight. If you have weight to lose, it definitely will work for a little bit. But the thing too is goal-oriented, right? So keto works the same way that any other weight loss does. It really does all come down to calories in the end. The only reason why people do think carbs are evil generally is either they believe in an insulin resistance model of obesity, which has time and time again proven through meta-analysis not to really be accurate, or they'll do something like eat a slice of cake or eat a piece of bread and then be like, oh man, why did the scale go up? That's crazy. It's because carbs do allow you to retain more water. And so, yeah, your weight fluctuates heavily day to day. So if you eat a lot of carbs the day before, you could be 5-7 pounds heavier. I fluctuate 7 pounds in a day sometimes from morning to night. But there's nothing long-term that you really have to worry about there. With carbs, at least. They're great. They're great. As long as, you know, you're eating complex carbs and stuff like that. But it sounds delightful. So I wouldn't say it's deadly. It's just not something like, when you look at fitness, I do think it's important to look at it as a forever goal. So, you know, short-term bursts of fitness are effective, but ideally you want to be looking long-term for, like, as a healthy life as a whole, what's something I can do now that I can keep up consistently for the rest of my life? So you don't want anything too extreme, right? Whether that be extreme calorie restriction or extreme restriction of types of foods, because it's like, you know, going your entire life without ever having any carbs is pretty unrealistic. Is really unrealistic. And, you know, somewhere down the line that might come back to bite you. So it's always good to just, you know, get started on something that's consistent, that you can stay consistent to. That's my opinion, at least. But generally that's been shown in adherence studies to be the right way to go about things. What's my guilty pleasure food? Reese's peanut butter cups. I had some today. But don't get me wrong, I eat guilty pleasure food all the time. Generally, I eat what I want. I eat what I want in a lot of cases. You know, I go through times where I'm like, oh, I'm going to hyper-focus on only whole foods and stuff like that. But it's a bit of a misnomer anyway. But yeah, I had Reese's today. You walk 18K a day? That's killer. That's great. That's more than I walk per day, honestly. And I wish I was walking that much per day. I really do. Reese's are great. I said it in the debut. I love peanut butter. Peanut butter is absolutely what it's all about. So you put chocolate and peanut butter together. That's the flavor I'll pick for anything, anytime. Absolutely anytime. Easy. But yeah, and Taco Bell. Taco Bell is also a guilty pleasure food. I probably have Taco Bell a little more than I should. It's so cheap. I really like efficiency. So when you get like, oh, that's so cheap. That's, you know, one of the few dollar menus that still exist. Peanut butter kind of meh. I get it. I'm a smooth peanut butter, but I don't mind chunky. You're stuck doing a 15 to 20 kilometer hike 5 days a week. Woo! That's great though, Digby. That's awesome. Staying active like that's really, really great for you though. Just, you know, heart health, longevity, all that stuff. Like, yeah, do more of that. It really is amazing how hard it is to work to get a calorie goal after you cut out calorie drinks. Well, that's the thing, is a lot of people, like, their desire to eat will actually be pretty close to what they are eating, even if they are slightly overweight. So sometimes it is as easy as being like, okay, just switch to non-calorie drinks, and then they drop weight like crazy. And then some people are like me, and you have to do strict adherence, or else you will spiral into an abyss of 10,000 calories a day because it's yummy. Do you ever go for the protein bowl at Taco Bell? Not really. Not really. During the pandemic, you're walking 25 and 40K? Yeah. I do like crunch wraps. That's what I asked too, Fido. Like, that's one thing. I'm a little jealous of you Europeans out there and anyone who lives in Asia. The U.S. is not built, or sorry, radical U.S. The radical U.S. Radical America isn't that different from America in your world. It's just, actually, that's just radical Earth as a whole. Where I'm from, radical Earth, it's kind of just the same, except radicals in front of everything. Huh. Never really thought about that. But anyway, yeah, in radical US, there's no walking infrastructure at all. So unless you're like in a big city, and even then they're really not that walkable, it's actually really hard to get that many steps because there's nothing near you. Like, you just have to kind of go out and walk aimlessly for no reason. And that becomes real boring really fast. So it's really nice for like European countries and Asian countries to have these walkable places where you can go about your daily life and get 10,000 steps. How far from super Earth is radical Earth? I don't know. I've never done the math on that one. Exactly, and that's the other thing too. Desk jobs, they really screw you on that. No, I'm kind of the same thing where it's like, despite, I'm a fitness guy, but and I work in fitness. That's my job as well. But yeah, even I sometimes struggle to do it. Like, I have to force myself to get in the woods every day to really get all the movement I want to get in throughout the day. And just because it's like, yeah, I might sit down too. And especially right now, really, I should have already gotten up and told everyone to get up and do some squats and do some push-ups. I was a little scared to do that on the first stream because I don't want to blow anything up. But starting tomorrow, we're going to get into that like once every hour because you should get your blood flow going. Yeah, the woods is great. I walk in the woods all the time, so whenever I can. The woods are just kind of like, they're not the closest to me, so I do have to I have to drive like 15, it's not bad, but I have to drive like 15 minutes to get to the woods. So then it's like, yeah, I have to put out a big block of time to get to the woods, then walk in the woods and then come back, which I do, but it's just like, if it was outside, that'd be really nice. Theirs is going to be homework. Yes, you don't have to participate. I always tell people the first step is visualization, right? So if you can visualize yourself getting up and doing some squats, that's good enough. And then maybe someday you will. But I am going to give a call to action at least. As your Kirameki fitness idol, I will give a call to action to be like, yeah, all right, guys, it's time to get up, do some squats, do some push-ups if you can, or at least visualize them. Do what you can. Everyone's journey is the same. Grace never got added to the party. Good point. Thank you, Phyto. You're being a real champion, the people's champion, Phyto, here for me. And that was a Spiro. Spiro, where are you? There you go. There's Spiro. We're spearing now. We're Alpin now. That's right, Dai. You can start on your knees. You can start at like a incline or what's it called? A decline, right? And give yourself a little advantage. There's many ways to go about it. All right, let's get AC and Grace up to 8, and then we'll go and fight this. And then we'll be totally good from there. We shouldn't have to do any more grinding. Because I think by the time we hit Brock, we'll be right at level. Yeah, that's absolutely one way to start, Dai. Oh, hey, Gunpie. What's up? First time chatter. I got to start. Yeah, I got to pay attention. I got to say hi to everyone. Come on, Alpin. You got this. You had to do wall push-ups, part of daily physical therapy. Yep. That's a good way to start, too. That is a good way to start. Everyone's journey starts in a different place, so you just got to get on it, You just got to get something going. Trust me. It's good. It's good. It's good for the long term. All right, we got ACP here. Let's go quick attack. Actually, quick attack is just a nice replacement for tackle because there are no downsides. It has priority, and I believe it has the same BP, has the same attack power. So there's really no reason why we should even use tackle anymore. So I'll probably switch that in the listing a little bit here. And 52. Ooh, we're getting there. Yeah, same power. Let's go ahead and put that first just so it's easy then. Higher accuracy in Gen 3 too, yeah? 95 too. All right. Easy as. All right, Frost is 8. I don't want to risk the fight. We'll do one more. This will be a lot nicer once we get the running boots, don't get me wrong. Or the running shoes, I should say. But it's cool. I mean, half the streams are going to be Zatsu anyway. because I do tend to play a lot of like RPGs and stuff. Like when I do collabs, definitely I'll need to focus if I'm doing like a shooter. Or that's the other thing. I kind of I kind of like battle royales. I'm not great at them, but there's loot in battle royales, so I like battle royales. So when I'm doing a collab, I'll have to focus up, but, you know, when I'm playing a lot of RPGs and stuff, it really is just Zatsu time. Oh, this is regular Pokemon. No, this isn't Radical Pokemon. This is regular Pokemon. I'm actually in your world right now. I'm just from Radical Earth, but I'm here right now. The reincarnation thing jumps me across dimensions sometimes too, so it's really wherever I end up. Radical Pokemons tomorrow. yeah, Pal World, right? I am excited because somehow, despite being a big Pokemon head, I've completely avoided playing Pal World because I did promise to wait. I did promise someone I'd wait until I could play it on stream, so we are doing it. But I'm excited to start that tomorrow, and that's gonna be cool too. I have another overlay for that, obviously. I have a bunch of overlays. I have some art. I have a bunch of stuff in commission too. Like I'm addicted to this. I'm addicted to commission. That's not something I'd think that I'd like expect of me. I didn't expect in the beginning to be like really into commissioning art, but I am. Once I saw, I was like, oh, I'm Alpin. It's me, right? And then I commissioned art of myself, and I was like, whoa, that's me. I was in love. I was in love. It was easy. I've heard that about Power World. I'm definitely like pro the idea of Power World. So we'll see how the execution is tomorrow. And then I'm going to put out my schedule on Twitter later. I did mention this before, but the place to follow me is Twitter. That's going to be my primary posting stuff every day. I do have YouTube as well, but that's going to be for shorts and any other long form content. Twitch is definitely primary for streaming. But yeah, we're absolutely going to be doing stuff on Twitter. I'm going to have my schedule uploaded probably later tonight for the rest of the week because, you know, this is debut week. So we have a full schedule this week, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. And then, yeah, we'll just start posting that on Twitter probably every Sunday from that point on. And I do need to make that Pokemon recap of everything that happened, who we caught, who they are, and what we're up to so far. The journey has just begun, but the reason why I wanted to do that was I thought it'd be really good because we're doing a Nuzlocke that's, you know, a year long. I thought it'd be pretty important to, you know, keep people up to speed. So if I can make like 40-second, even 30-second shorts that are like, okay, yeah, if you have 30 minutes, you can catch up completely with the series no matter where it is. I figured that was pretty important, you know, for lore purposes. Because, you know, someone's going to come in way down the line in Alola, and it's going to be like, yeah, what happened? What's happened so far? Do you have a full reference sheet or art tag? I do have an art tag on Twitter. I unfortunately don't have a full reference sheet, but I can post the full illustration. I never got a reference sheet made because my artist actually did design, illustration, and rigging. It was the same person for everything. So I never actually got a reference sheet made, but I need to do that. That definitely will happen once I'm done commissioning everything else under the sun. I'm going to give it a save here. But I will post, I think it might be posted somewhere in my profile anyway, my full illustration. I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm pretty sure that is already posted. But yeah, art tag for any art or edit is already up there. That's just going to be a general art tag. I'm not going to do individual art tags. That's for anything. And yeah, you know, art in general is welcome. Art in general is very welcome. I love art. Saying this as say so as I can, while it is not part of my content, if there's other sorts of arts that happen, I'm not opposed. I'm not going to be like, no, don't do that. I appreciate art in general. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, I think it's time to rival battle. So I think he has a Pidgey and then the starter. So we're going to go Grace on Pidgey here, probably. Let's do that. That should be fine. Give us a little extra XP before we move on. It's Nipla. I'll show you, dude. I'll show you. All right. So I think we get like level 7, level 9 here. Or maybe it's... Okay, yeah, level 9. That's what I was worried about. Destroy the Nips. Okay, so we're going level 8 on level 9 here. Oh, I do have a little more trust because Grace is a better physical attacker than Pidgey is. Okay, it's evening out just a little bit. As long as we don't get crit, it should be okay here. Yeah, as long as we don't get crit. Come on. Ooh, we're okay. No quick attacks. No, he always open Clip Studios to speak. Yeah, I'm just, you know, okay, let's get out of here. Not going to talk about that too much. The contents say so. We'll say that. Mostly say so. All right, here we go. Yeah, you know, that's going to happen a lot. The 1 HPs and stuff like that. I'm a little worried. Bulbasaur is already going to have Vine Whip, I think. But let's just spam him, see what happens. We do have the full Squirtle, and Squirtle probably won't get one hit. Oh, yeah, and he's missing. We're good. We're good. We're good here. Tackle. Quick attack. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Luckily for us, Bulbasaur is very bad in the early game before it gets its, like, stab moves. It's not the best attacker, you know? It's not a huge attack boy. So we destroyed Nippla here. Got some good XP off that, and now we're going to move on and catch some more Pokemon. Oh, it doesn't have Vine Whip yet? What? Really? Huh. Oh, it gets Leech Seed? I thought it got Vine Whip earlier in Fire Red, Leaf Green. We do have to be careful here because Grace is super low. I don't think Pursuit is anything we have to worry about yet. Let's get Frost in here. Ooh, level 10 in Gen 3. Man, that's unfortunate for Bulbasaur. Good thing we didn't roll Bulbasaur. As much as I like him, it doesn't feel good using Tackle from a Bulbasaur until level 10. That's for sure. Oh, Alpin. Hey, Kamui! What's up, dude? I was hoping you'd show up. How you doing? So, you got to tell me how to pronounce it correctly. Is it like Kamui, like in like Golden Kamui, or in, you know, Sharingan ability, Mangekyo Kamui? Is it pronounced that way? I want to be sure. All right, we'll get that XP, and let's go heal up. Then we get to move on, get some more captures. Bum 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 bum. He went the Moo route. No, I know. See, yeah. Okay, listen. So what? Kamui? How would you, sorry. Yeah. Because I was thinking just like I was thinking very Japanese of me to be like Kamui, you know? Kamui type deal. Yeah, I went the Moo route. Sorry. Or is it Mew? Kamui. Maybe it's Kamui. That could be it. Oh, by the way, this reminds me, just because I was looking at myself. The shirt, the use at own risk shirt. The joke, not joke, but the idea there is like gym equipment, right? So we was like, oh, what's a good like gym thing that I can put on my shirt, right? That's like, oh, he's gonna tell us about capturing Pokemon. We already did that, dude. That's like Kamui rebranding, I swear to God. Muikun. All right, if we ever run across Suicune, that's what we're calling it. Muikun. But I was thinking like, oh, use at own risk. That's on gym equipment, so let's just put that on the shirt. But it was really funny because when I was working with artists that, you know, English wasn't their first language, I was really worried they would think it was a watermark on the shirt. That was like a don't use this artwork watermark. But nope, that was right. That's supposed to be there. I really wish I could take the jacket off and show you guys, but the one thing I didn't plan for was my keyboard running out of batteries. Might be. Use at own risk, says the say such. Oh, it could encounter Raikou. That's the thing. We probably won't be playing the games that long. I should specify that too. The goal for these games is not 100% completion. It's to get through the Elite Four. So we're going to fight the Elite Four, and then we're going to move on. Maybe, I don't know. If I'm feeling spicy, maybe we'll do Mewtwo. But I'm really thinking in terms of like Elite Four end of game, basically. It'll be a question when we get to Heart Gold, Soul Silver too, because this might be really weird, I generally will just only go to Elite Four when I'm doing a Nuzlocke of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, because I'm like, yeah, well, you know, the Kanto gyms are there, but I already beat the Elite Four, so haha, especially coming off of Fire Red, but we'll see how everyone feels about that. Yeah, I can do it from VTube Studio, Daya. I'm too scared to touch anything. That's the reality of the situation right now. It's like things are working. I don't want to mess with it, but it'll be fixed by tomorrow. We'll be able to show that off tomorrow, no problem. Because I'm also going to mess with the bitrate settings there and make sure everything's okay. Probably, I'm sure there's a way around that. I don't even know why my encoder is taking that much. I don't fully understand what the necessary requirements are there, why that's taking so much. Oh, was that a route transition? I think that was, right? Yeah, that's route 2. Perfect. Okay, new capture up here. Am I using... I think I'm using the color picker. I think I'm using the color picker where it does transparency. But I did see Spout for VTube Studio in the listings. Random phrases would be hilarious for comic stuff. All right, so we got a Pidgey here. So we can capture this. We're going to have 2 birds on the team. Bird zone. Let's peck it up. Oh, okay. It's a thing I have to download. Got it. Yeah, then I don't have that. I'm going to go for capture now. I did see it in the listings, but yeah, don't have that. All right, Pidgey, get in there. Level 4, too. Not a bad start. We'll try and do some switch training. It's actually probably going to be pretty easy to train Pidgey up because we're going to Viridian Forest. So as long as we get Gust or Peck, we'll be able to kind of just rock it. All right, this got to be Dia because Dia's here. I see Dia. We're going Dia. And this time I'll remember to put it in the lineup. Okay, hold on. Lineup, go. That we got a Pidgey, and it's Dia. Shine on, crazy Dia. All right, cool. I'm a bird. I hope I don't die. Luckily for you, my Pidgey tend to do well. They tend to go places. But we will heal up before we go. And I should get some items. I don't want to be dumb here and really no-brain it. We should pick up some antidotes and some potions. Dia, the first to get banned. I would never. Pidgey is cool. And you know, I gained a new appreciation for Pidgey when I saw it in 3D for the first time. It's like, I think the transition to 3D for Pokemon was pretty rough, but it is cool seeing old Pokemon in 3D. It kind of gives them new life. Where I'm like, oh yeah, it's Pidgey, but he's moving. Wasn't gonna die literally a Pidgey? Yeah, I think so. More like Dia. Oh! Be sure to lead against Surge. No, I mean, Surge is a joke. I mean, Surge is usually fine anyway, but it's a Nuzlocke. You go to the Diglett cave, you catch a Diglett, and then counter Surge entirely, because all you can encounter is a Diglett or a Dugtrio. So, yeah, that works. Nuzlocke rules make Surge completely useless. Completely useless. Oh, I haven't done this yet, but I can do this cool wink thing. Check this out. Check this out. Ready? Ready? Ah. I'm really happy. I asked my artist, I was like, my face tends to be really expressive when I talk, and I do a lot of move, like when I get my 2.0 model some point in the future, I need to get all those funky VShojo / indie VTuber crazy eyes and tracking and face tracking and stuff, because I move like a freak. I'm all over the place. So I am happy that I do have a good amount of expression right now too. So that's fun. I'm really glad I got eyebrows here. I'm like, haha. I can't do individual eyebrows. And I can do this. I can do that one's good too. That one's good too. That's my showcase. I can't do anything else. I can turn my head a little bit. I can nod. I can tilt. But yeah, that for the most part. And I go, yeah, there we go. Do I? No, we want to go into Viridian Forest. I want to get Gust or something, or Peck. That way we can just fight all the bugs, get good levels off of Kakunas. Booba Physics when I was legitimately worried about that. Actually, because it's hard to get good male models. Why male models? Zoolander. It's good to it's hard to get good male models, and I was kind of worried because bouncing Boobly tends to be the default. I was worried they were going to model my pecs to bounce. It didn't happen, but I was actually worried about it. Digby. What's up, Digby? Important to remember those. You got to overemphasize the movements to get them to show up. Yeah, but I do that already. I think it'll be fine, but you're right. I do need to do that. All right, Viridian Capture. Yeah, 2.0 is probably I'm not... Okay, so I don't want to go fast into 2.0. I did acquire the funds for it already, but I should wait a year. I should... Oh, a Weedle. I should come on, way ahead of yourself. I didn't go get antidotes. Head empty. I'm going to get poisoned here. Luckily, in this gen, poisoning goes away. But let's go ahead and capture this Weedle here. I'll take AC out. So, yeah, I'll probably do 2.0 a year out or something like that. Really, it's not anything we should even begin to talk about. Yeah, this is my first stream. Quick attack probably won't kill. Yeah, nice. All right, we'll go for capture now. Got to keep the midlife crisis going. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good point. Maybe I should get started on that sooner rather than later, because I'd like to get someone good. Oh, no way. Intact. Is this my chance? Attack can get me channel followers and viewers. No way. No way. All right, Weedle. It's legendary. Whoa, this is my chance. This is my chance, guys. All right, who wouldn't mind being a worm? Who would I still love if they were a worm? Chat, is this real? This is gonna be Fido. You're gonna be. No, wait. This is. Okay, Fido? Yeah, we'll do Fido. I hope it's okay that it's a female. I hope that's cool. If not, I can absolutely save it for someone else. Fido! If you're getting much better, let's get Fido in the team. I will definitely be going for a... Like, I kind of got a steal, I feel like. I can't believe how much I paid for my model. It might scare some people. In a good way. I'm super willing to shill it too, where I'm like, this person did an amazing job. Literally from design to illustration to rigging, I paid $170 US dollars. I can't believe it. So all to say, I'm like, yeah, I'm willing to invest in a higher quality model. Absolutely. Because I did not spend a lot on this one. I did not spend a huge amount. Do start early. Yeah, I know it's going to take months. Like, this model actually came out in like 2 weeks. So it was a quick turnaround. I know it can take months. So I know, right, Digby? I was saying the same thing. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, for 170, really? I mean, I did commission more from them too, because I was like, yeah, that's, you know, that's good. So I commissioned some other stuff because I was like, it is full body. It is full body. The lower half isn't rigged, but it's there. I think I can show you. Hold on. Does this work? Can I? Oh, I'm cut in half. Hold on. Yeah, I forget how to do it. But yes, it is full body. It is full body. I mean, the bottom half doesn't really move that much, but there's some stuff going on down there. Probably should have done a model showcase. Can I do this? Hold on. Let me see if this breaks anything. Sorry in advance if it does. Let's go here. Oh, I can do this. It's pretty simple down there. Yes, I'm wearing an Adidas tracksuit. I think that shows it off, right? Wait, did my keyboard just work? No, it didn't. How did I do that? Yeah, there we go. Hey, there's some stuff going on down there. I skipped the leg day. Hey, no, they're sweatpants. You wouldn't be able to see my legs anyway. I didn't skip it, I promise. Let me get back down here. Boop. I promise I didn't. That looked really bad when I just went off screen. I was like, okay, let me amp myself up here a little bit. Boop. There we go. All right, back to it. You didn't do the whole. Oh yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't do anything. I also didn't do. I just posted my model on Twitter. I didn't do the whole like 20,000 retweets shows the model type thing. I sent it. I really did just send it. I was like, just go. I've always been of the opinion that when starting creative endeavors, you just got to go for it. You got to gain experience. You got to, start grinding. You just got to get in there and, learn over time. All right, now on to Viridian Forest, but I cannot forget to buy things. Here we go. Ooh, this is going to go so much faster once we get the running shoes. Starting at the feet. Yeah, my very cool shoes that everyone wants to see. All right, let's grab 4 Pokeballs. Grab some potions. A couple of those. Ooh, not that much. Yeah. Actually, one more. 5's fine. Maybe a little more than that. Couple, maybe 4 antidotes. They're not that expensive. And more potions. There we go. All right, that should do us for Viridian. Hopefully we won't have to come back, but we're doing some training, so maybe we will. Whoo. All right, how's the team looking? A very basic Nuzlocke team we got going on right here. We got to do some Fido, Dia. Okay, so let's get Dia up to level. We can always focus. Stream's not going to go too much longer because I do got some clients coming in soon. So what we're going to do is we'll just start getting into Viridian Forest here. And, I am going to raid someone, so stick around, guys. I think I can do that. As a new account, can I raid? I definitely want to raid. I haven't looked to see who's on, but I'll find them. I'll find somebody. But if I can raid, I want to. So definitely stick around till the end. Am I 30? I'm definitely not 30 days old. We may have to do a manual raid. But we will get there. We still have some time. Yeah. It might be the limit on the receiving end, actually. It might be on the end of the person who is being raided has to have that setting. So, could be that. Okay, so let's try and do some switch training in here. I'm going to risk it on trainers because we do have, I think there's an item up here. We do have Peck on Spearow. So the nice thing about that is we can pretty much deal with any bugs. We don't have to worry about switch training being a threat, really. So Kahuna here, for example, can't even hurt us. So we could just tackle it forever. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. This is going to take a while, but We can talk while I mash A here, because it's going to be full XP. All he can do is harden. I did go and change the default for me. So I did change it. This receiver can choose. All right, so we'll try. We'll try, that's for sure. Yeah, that's the nice thing about Kakuna and Metapod. Free XP. It just takes 10 million years. This is normally one of those speed up moments. But, yeah, we can, we just hang out now. We just talk as we spam tackle forever. Granted, the team's not going to be too interesting at the beginning of Kanto blocks. We're going to have a Kanto team. But the nice thing about this, the really nice thing, because they're in every gen, and they're overrepresented in everything but Gen 5. So, represented in Gen 6. So it's like, yeah, there we go, full level. We're getting into this out of the way, Then, when we get to Johto and everything like that, we'll have unique Pokemon, like Spinarak. By the way, my favorite Pokemon's Noctowl. Noctowl's really cool. Just gives me this, like, wilderness, pine forest, snowy pine forest at night or something. That's how Noctowl feels. Alright, moving on. You don't fight me. Horson. If you get a Butterfree, we let it go just like in the anime. No, things will die and they'll be sad and we'll make fan art. I'm coming out of this. That's for sure. Mimikyu, he's a sweetie. Yeah, Mimikyu is a sweetie. Really nice in a lot of Nuzlocks. Oh, please give me a Mimikyu at some point. I forget what it's called. It's not Cursed Body, is it? No, Puppet? I forget what it's called. Yeah, that's a really good ability for Nuzlocke because you just get a free hit. You can bait out Hyper Beams and a bunch of funky stuff with it. Yeah, I don't know my abilities. You can fight me, sue me. It's fine. Level 3, Weedle. I forget when we get Gust and much later than it is on Spearow. I felt that. The second... Too bad. That's okay, we tackle through it. And level 6. I don't think we get anything here. No, we do need to get rid of that. Poison, though. No Pizzone. Antidote. Boom. I always reuse TMs and potions and stuff because this is really dumb. But I don't think... But when you put a TM on the Pokemon in the animation, the scope thing on their head. So, like, especially with, like, Psyduck, I'll always be like, there he is. You're going to bed, you stayed up. So, you didn't have to do that, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming by. Oh, Soul. Hey, what's up, Soul? How you doing? I tried fighting it, didn't go well. Applied. How are you doing? I mean, that's okay. I mean, I don't... No pressure. No pressure. I'm not... no. Come on. People have their own lives. I'm just happy to support and be supported. When people... But how are you doing? How is work? How are things going? Ooh, he got it first because of string shot. That's okay. He's weak. Caterpie can't do much damage. Boom. Level 8. That might get something. What's that like? Is that like good medical package or like a standard procedure thing and not a mass casualty event thing? There we go. Yeah, look at that. And we're already up to level 8. That's what I'm talking about. Viridian Force. Working on Fido then. I think level 9 might be a move. That might be Gust. At least in, I think in regular red blue, 7 or 9. It's one of those. Bug Catcher Doug. On Weedle. Okay, Weedle on Weedle action is not touching that. Nothing worse than going on the... Is that a... Poison versus Poison Bug if we're just hitting Poison Sting. Annoying fight of all time. That would be really, really obnoxious. Oh, yo, what's going on? What's going on? Normally I'd go a lot longer than this, like I said, but I do have some... It's actually going to be 2 hours before the debut time started. I just like 2 p.m. ST to start for the debut, rather than start all the way back 2 hours longer and starting, you know, they're probably going to be like 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours roughly, so... Like I said, it's not just I'm Alpin, but yeah, I train people. That's my job. Yeah, you could call it that. A little more, well, some other facets, but yeah, do physical training. Yeah. A gym teacher would be cool. In a past life, I was a teacher. In one of the past lives, I've been a couple types of teachers, but yeah, that's technically happened. I've done a lot though. You brought friends. What's up, Soul? What friends do you bring? So many lives. Yeah, well, it's been a while. Like way back at the beginning of time. Oh, not the beginning of time. You know, after. I just didn't like him, man. The thing about it is like, and I was like, I'm not about that. I'm not about that. So I went to fight. Then I went to fight again, and he kicked my ass again. And then it happened like. But that's okay. Now we have video games and anime, and there's like a ton of stories in here. So we're gonna figure it out. That's how we'll learn something through all these games. I'll find a way I've never explore. Hello, Sage. What's going on? But yeah, like I said, if y'all didn't catch the lore video at the beginning, we're gonna, you know, do work first, but then afterwards. I should still do Switch training. I don't know why I stopped. By the way, how was the eclipse? I've been here. See the eclipse. How was it? Was it cool? The sun blocking... No. The moon blocking the sun, right? It was pretty legendary in the lore video. Yeah, you know, I'm very artistic. I got extreme art skills. That's why I was able to pull off such a... You know, V-Shoujo lore to shame. Yeah. Yeah, some people do, actually. It's wild. Though. I like nighttime a lot. It depends on the season, because I love being in the woods, right? I love being in the woods. Hate summer. Even though summer's like, whoa, cool sunshine, all that stuff, right? The thing about it, that are trying to eat me alive every second, and you have to put on sunscreen every time you go out. It's just obnoxious. Outside at night a lot more than I do during the day. That's when the night walks come to spring and fall. That's premier outdoors time. That's dismal. You should like carve one. I'm sure they won't not break down one of the doors, right? Whatever your job is. I probably won't care. To fight a Pikachu here? Yeah, glaring electric weakness on the team, but we'll go ahead. ACP. Done. Alright, cool. Ah, right off the bat, really? You're gonna... Could still be okay. Hey, there we go. I'm sure they won't mind. Who really, you know, one wall. Nice levels. Can be big. Absolutely. I actually will totally in the future. I'm not going to do this right away because but in the future I'll totally just offer training, you know, like yeah, like that's I do that anyway. So I can just do that, you know? To do that. Okay, Fido, let me get totally blanking. But if we go fight a switch train, we're gonna probably want our Beedrill. There it goes again. I gotta fix that encoding issue. I really didn't think it would push it too hard. Coding, see, my CPU usage is very low, so I don't think it's my CPU. I'm a little surprised it's using that much of my GPU. It's a 4060. It's not... You know, I've never had an encoding issue before. That's weird. That's weird. Because then you would see games performing poorly, I imagine. It really... Micro SD. I mean, original hardware. Probably move that to the C drive. I mean, the Game Boy. Good. And you fight me too. NZXT cam installed? No, I don't. Junky old GBA. It's true. It's true, Sheep. I promise you it's true. I did the test myself. Marked it myself. It's true. There's videos on it. This is a real fact. You can look. I already did that. I actually have no tabs open right now. Open like a tab at all, so I don't even have Twitch open. So that's anyone, because I don't know who to raid yet, because I haven't looked. Here we're gonna have to take a second to be like, okay, let me actually fire up Twitch. Who's streaming right now so I can raid them. Well, because that's the thing is, like, even though I have the memory for it, obviously that people might use pretty much as your RAM as so I was seeing it, like, even when I was running VTube Studio and all the other programs, and I was like, no man, get out of here. I don't want to, no risks. This one stream, right? Scuff can happen after the debut stream. A beautiful shining gem. A nice right? I would have cried. I would have cried if something went wrong. Also, another bullyable thing. Another bullyable thing is I am streaming off Wi-Fi. I'm streaming off Wi-Fi right now because the laptop I got is so small it doesn't. I was before realizing I didn't have an Ethernet port, so I was sitting here with a 50. And I could get an adapter, so that's probably what I'll do. Yeah, this is Wi-Fi right now. I have one of those. Well, you know, do you guys know the G14, the really tiny one? It's like it's 14-inch, it's super cute, it's really tiny, and it's just nice. Mine doesn't, but they usually do. That's what I have. 4 years, and finally I could justify it. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a USB. I've streamed. I've streamed on Wi-Fi. I've streamed on Wi-Fi before, but yeah, I want safety. Yeah, Kabu, just cable. Actually, when I first moved into the house I'm in right now, Ethernet, so we just ran like a 200 or 300 foot cable. All the floors, literally, like, just pinned it up on the walls. I gotta get me a dongle. I'll get it. We got Fight Hill level 6. I'd like at least we're getting level 7, hopefully. But we're chilling. And I know I kind of like and all the posts I wanted to for the Nuzlocke. That's all gonna come out on Twitter after this. Like I said, I'm gonna top of the weekly videos where I'm gonna explain how things went in the last Nuzlocke episode. So I'll be making Twitter posts later once I'm free tonight. I'll be hanging out in streams. work on some extra little content videos. It's really nice. Once you have, you can just make little quick videos really fast because you got the background audio on real quick, and then you have your model, and you're just like, hey, this is what's up. Just throw some PNG. I forgot to take screenshots. Yeah. It's easy, I promise. Fido, yes you are. Bug types. Manifesting dongle. Yeah, if you believe really hard, the dongle will exist. Dongle works actually. Believe hard enough in the dongle, it does become real. That's it also goes for the Wi-Fi. If you believe hard enough in the Wi-Fi, it also will become real. It should work. Obviously, the latency is not going to be the best, but yeah. I have had problems with it before. I just pray times where I would have problems with it, and I have been blessed. We did have that one encoding hiccup, but it reconnected. I don't think it's going to split the VOD. We should be chilling. Should be chilling. We need to go get ready, so stick around, everyone. We're gonna. Ooh, you know what? That's not good. 1 second. Stand by. Gonna run away like a coward. Go ahead and save here, and what I'm gonna do, everybody, please stick around. Best foot forward, and I want to raid somebody and everyone to at least say hi to them. Talking to you here. I don't know why my model might have stopped, but you should still be able to. And we're going to see you streaming. We're going to see about raiding them. What's the raid command? Lean over here. Which? Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Let's get it. It's just raid. Oh, hold on. Let me mute desktop audio just so, like, random. Yeah, that. Okay, /raid. Got it. Got it. And I will say, everybody, you stream, thank you guys so much for coming, for all the raids. I'm going to go thank everyone individually. I am streaming again tomorrow, 12 p.m. EST. I am active on Twitter. And forever memories, everybody. Thank you for coming so much. But stick around, because we're going to figure this out. I just want to type in my password. Do not say the password. That would be really dumb. Oh no, this is really awkward because I need my phone, which is running VTube Studio, to show. Give me a sec. One moment. Ouch. Code coming. There's going to be a better way to do this in the future, I promise. What? Ah, that's right. That's not working. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, okay. The scuff waited for the very end. This is. Give me a month. Whoa! I off screen. Also, the calibration's broken now. Okay, let's go see what's up. All right, let's go into Mog. Let's go into Mog. Hold on. Let me calibrate real quick. All right, everyone, stick around. We're gonna. Head's broken right now. Hey, Haru. We actually are just ending. It wasn't super long. Thank you so much for coming by, man. Oh my God, I'm breaking everything now. How about that? Okay, now let me do this. Okay. And, okay, we didn't. Haru, oh, it's okay. Watch the VOD. I promise. The scuff, it wasn't this bad. All right, let's raid. I'm going to give this a shot. Everyone, we're going to go say hi to Mog. Voices of the Void. Let's go see what that's about. All right, everybody. This has been a wonderful debut stream. Let's go. Oh, I can't raid Mog. Have the settings set. Hold on. Okay, next. Oh, let's raid Mama. Mama's on. /raid Ma. Project Zomboid. Let's do that. And the raid message is going to be good lifts. All right. It's a himbo scuff coming in red. All right, let's try that. Good lifts. There we go. Okay, I think this is goodbye. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.